What's up, ladies and gentlemen? How y'all doing today? What's up, guys? Hi, chat. I know it's a little delayed because I have my slow, crappy internet, but here we are again. So to everybody that is watching, if you want to help support the channel, then please consider putting something in the super chat. Your donations help to support the channel, and your message will be displayed on screen. I will also read your message and respond to it live. If I'm in the middle of a segment, I might not read it right away, but if it disappears off screen, don't worry. I have a little thing down here, so there will be segments where I will read every single super chat, all right? None will be left behind. I'm going to make sure that I keep it up on the tab here too, so I don't lose them. So yeah, if you guys want to help support the channel, then help out. If not, then don't worry about it. Sit back, enjoy the stream. Centrist Internet Pog. Yeah, we're going to talk about this Steven Crowder, Sam Seder thing. And I have a feeling that y'all might be a little surprised with my take here, because I don't think that I'm going to have the take that a lot of people expect me to. Double Sauce, thank you so much for the $5 donation. Holy shit, you got the first dono in. First dono, woo! Hunter, you are a hoe. Well, that's not true. Okay, I'm a married man. So I'm in fact not a hoe. But you were correct in the fact that you got the first dono. So good for you, buddy. Congrats. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get into this topic. Like I said, though, if you do want to help support the channel and you put something in the super chat, your message will come up on screen, like you can see right... Wait, it's reversed. Right here. And then it might disappear, but I will still read your message at the end of the stream if I don't, or at the end of the segment if I do not read it while it's on screen, okay? All right. Let me get my notes up, because I've been, So everybody here most likely knows that I fucking hate Steven Crowder. Steven Crowder is extremely disingenuous. He blatantly lies in most, if not all, of his segments. Trying not to be too hyperbolic there, but it's true. He has lied repeatedly, from information on puberty blockers to even stuff about AIDS. We're going to be looking at a segment... we're going to be looking at a different clip in a little while also, where we're going to be kind of dissecting more of the crap that he says that's just factually incorrect. But first, we're going to start with this, and that is what everybody's talking about, the Steven Crowder versus Sam Seder debate. So what exactly happened? What's the deal with this? So first and foremost, Sam Seder is like I believe he's a leftist. Chat, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but he's like a leftist liberal podcaster. He runs the show, The Majority Report. They have over 1 million subscribers. And I've never watched Sam Seder. I haven't watched like any of his content. But it's my understanding that he's a pretty competent debater. And it's kind of suspected that Sam Seder would really give Steven Crowder a challenge, right? So what basically happened was, there were two different times that Sam Seder and Steven Crowder were supposed to debate, once at Politicon and once on Gavin McInnes's show, and both times Steven Crowder kind of just dipped out. So that led to Sam Seder challenging Crowder to a debate, and this was a couple years ago. So let's go ahead and look at what happened here. Okay, but long story short, Steven Crowder agreed to debate H3H3. But instead of it being H3H3, Sam Seder was there, waiting for our boy, Cold Feet Crowder. Now, we're going to get into this in a minute, because I actually don't agree with the tactics used here at all. And I have a pretty lengthy criticism I have that I'm going to be writing out, that I'll be going over after this as well. So let's just start with what actually happened, though. Okay, so let's go right here. We'll just start it here. All right. Steven Crowder did not handle this well either. I mean, oh God, he came off real nervous.
Conversations. But my old Brazilian jiu-jitsu coach always said, if you come a switch, we go switch. You go spicy, we're going to do a little spicy. So we always try and keep it as respectful as possible. And I really do appreciate the guy making the time, because a lot of people haven't. Quote that happened, I think he's looking off there. The initial quote that kind of was turned into a little bit of a meme, which wasn't intentional, and was you saying you don't even have to think about it regarding the CDC. And I disagree with that. I think people should think about it. I believe. And we said,
so they were there. Crowder was there originally to talk to Ethan about something he said regarding, the CDC. I don't really know or care because it's irrelevant.
Talked about this through playful ribbing and an aggregation of medical authorities and scientific voice.
Spartans are the
decision. So where do you think that I'm wrong on that?
Stephen, do you know that the Spartans are like practice man love with children?
Oh, geez. Okay, so this is what's going to happen. What did I tell you? He was going to do anything he could to avoid. Oh, there he is. Oh no, Sam Cedar! What a fucking nightmare! I had no idea this was going to happen. I thought.
Oh man! So that, of course, that's getting quoted everywhere. Steven Crowder going, "Oh, what a fucking nightmare!" Can I just say right now, like, could you imagine what would happen if that were me? Could you imagine if anybody fucking like jumped me on a debate or something, and my response was, "Oh my God, oh fuck, no, what a fucking nightmare." I would be clipped into fucking oblivion, okay? I don't even care. But the thing is, I just, okay, I don't agree with this at all. I don't agree with the deception of getting Crowder on here. So before we go any further, I actually just want to talk about this. The ethics of it. They're kind of fucked. I'm not going to lie. I agree that Steven Crowder is a massive, well, I might be getting ahead of myself. Let me just show this screenshot for now, okay? Here you can see that Ethan Klein told Crowder ahead of time, "Hey man, thanks for reaching out. I do appreciate it, really. Anyone who enters the arena has my respect, and I'll be sure that's reflected." Wait. Am I confused from something? Is this from Crowder? Hold on. Did Crowder write this? Anyone who enters the arena? That sounds like something Crowder would say, not Ethan. Easiest would probably just tape it on Skype either this week. Hold on. I'm confused. Can you guys help me out here? I don't know if this is actually from Crowder. Or if this is from Ethan, I mean. I think this might be from Crowder. My understanding, based on this, was that Crowder was under the impression that it was only going to be a discussion with Ethan Klein. Yeah, I think that this is from Crowder. So maybe that's not true then. Huh. I mean, Crowder was still under the impression that it was just going to be H3 anyway. But okay, let's go on.
I thought Ethan was a stand-up guy. This is where we are. Yeah, I told Dave, remember I told you? I said, I guarantee you he's going to do anything he can to avoid the debate.
Well, I just think he believes that he should debate you.
No, he doesn't. He just takes advantage of women with, mental health issues. Ethan Klein doesn't stand up and do his own fighting.
I gotta say,
it's just hilarious. Let's bring on FM.
Crowder he just sounds nervous. Like he just won't stop talking.
You would do anything to avoid talking to me. I think the point that you made
at the beginning of
Joe
this
Rogan,
was, Joe Rogan and Dave Rubin and Jordan Peterson and Noam Chomsky and Sam Harris. Everyone's been avoiding.
And not just attempting to get your audience by jumping in.
Well,
Why aren't they showing
debated
Crowder?
with Charlie Kirk. Stephen, I mean, It's about issues. Let's
about
talk about
issues,
those
yeah.
issues.
That's
I
what
think
you're
you have
doing
some
here.
valid
Yeah.
points.
You're
that
so
I think we
clever.
should
I had no
discuss.
idea that you were taking your show off early last time, coming in today with your pig pen peanuts
I
eyes.
wish
Oh,
every-
shit. Oh. He just straight up admitted to watching the show. Okay. Remember that little detail, okay? Because that's going to come back here in a second.
With Charlie Kirk. Stephen, I mean, it's about issues. Let's
about
talk about
issues,
those
yeah.
issues.
That's
I
what
think
you're
you have
doing
some
here.
valid
Yeah.
points.
You're
that
so
I think we
clever.
should
I had no
discuss.
idea that you were taking your show off early last time, coming in today with your pig pen peanuts
I
eyes.
wish every.
You take those off with the velveteen
are.
buttons.
Well, you must have been
Black
very worried
eyes,
about
aren't
this,
they? Like
Stephen. I don't know why.
No
it would
one's
be
worried
Oh, come
about
on,
it.
so
Sam.
I
concerned.
didn't want to
Well,
do it.
let's have the
Sam,
debate.
come
If
on.
no
Just
one's
I'll tell you
worried,
what. I
let's
have a
do
general. I have a general.
This is a
rule.
great
I
opportunity.
don't start a
to-
debate based with people on a lie. And how
Or
about you get
sabotaging?
How about you get
Steven,
to a
show
30th
yourself,
of the
you
audience
coward.
share?
Steven, show yourself.
30th
Don't show
of the
your
audience.
co-host.
Ethan, you should show
Steven,
yourself.
excuse me.
Oh, man. Steven I think he's one of those people that just keeps on talking when he gets nervous. Not showing it on the Zoom call makes it sound worse, too, because you can't see his facial expressions. So, like, he just sounds really freaked out. I feel like, listen, if this were me, like, let's think about the, yeah, I actually do want to kind of think about the ethics of this, because yes, some of this is pretty hypocritical, right? Because Steven Crowder only talks here for another very short time before dipping. Steven Crowder does paint himself often as this sort of debate guy, right? He's doing the whole change my mind. He's talked about how difficult it is to get leftists and liberals on his show. They're all just too afraid or whatever. Like, he kind of plays this up to his audience, right? So by revealing that there are, in fact, liberals or leftists that Steven Crowder doesn't want to debate, and that Steven Crowder is noticeably uncomfortable around, it kind of defeats that little idea that Steven Crowder has liked to build, right? It kind of defeats that little grift bubble that Crowder's trying to play up for his audience. So I think that there is some value there. I also just think Steven Crowder can be a massive hypocrite, right? And this can also be kind of unethical, more or less. I mean, you're baiting the guy in. You're more or less lying to the guy, deceptively making Crowder believe that that it's just going to be Ethan versus Crowder, right? But then you get him ambushed with someone else. Now, I know the people that despise Steven Crowder, they're going to look at this and say, haha, fuck Steven Crowder, he got what he deserved. But also try to think about it as an overall, like, optics thing, right? Wow, check it out. Looks like we just got a raid. What's up? I'm going to have to turn off that sound, aren't I? It's a little loud, isn't it? I might have to turn off. Are you guys hearing that? Because I don't know how to turn the sound off. Believe me, I've tried. I just can't do it. No matter what I do, it says it can't save it. We'll see if that fixed it. But try to think of it on the other way around too, right? It's like, okay, that didn't work. I might have to just turn the alert box off right now. All super chats will still be read. And shout out to the raid. Thank you. Thank you for the raid. Really appreciate it. Super helpful. All right, I'm going to have to remove you, alert box. I'm sorry. Isn't there a way to just, like, disable it? Give me 1 minute, guys. Sorry. All right, yeah, we're going to have to just remove it for now. All super chats will still be read. Okay. You guys are going to have to give me a second here. I've been thinking about, like, this all day long, but now I'm getting thrown off because I think that screenshot I was looking at was incorrect. So this one is a little bit more what I'm getting at. It appears, and I hate that I shouldn't trust anything the quartering posts, so that's why I'm being hyper skeptical here. But I believe this is from, because Steven Crowder did a response. It looks like Ethan reached out at one point or another to Steven also. Because before it was believed more or less that Crowder challenged H3H3 to a debate, right? Or couldn't this just be a response? I don't know. Some of this seems a little bit dishonestly clipped. All I'm really getting at, though, is that Steven Crowder was more or less under the impression that he was going to be debating Sam Cedar. So by having this ambush, although it is funny, it gives the right wing a lot of ammunition at the same time. Because they're going to have such an easy defense now, which is, why the fuck should Steven Crowder debate somebody who he didn't agree to debate, he wasn't prepared to debate, and then they just, like, jumped him with some other guy, even though he was supposed to be having a debate with Ethan. Like, it gives them a pretty easy defense to just kind of write it off. At the very least, the best that has come from this is like, it might show some of Crowder's audience that tough guy facade, that debate me bro thing that he tries to do, it's kind of a sham, more or less. I just know that personally, I wouldn't like this to be done to me. And I also know that if it was done to me or anyone that you guys like watching or enjoy, I have a feeling that you would be making that same defense. But hey, Crowder was confronted and it was fun to watch. And let's also not forget that Crowder's done this shit too. Remember in 2017, he showed up dressed up as Cenk Uygur, crashed his panel thing. It was a little different because it was a public audience. Anyone could show up. But, like, he went up on stage.
You gotta get off stage, man. Get off stage.
So, this is an interesting thing for me because it poses a really interesting question for me, which is, when, if ever, is like deceptive behavior appropriate? Is it okay that they did it to Steven Crowder because he's done this in a, like, before in kind of a comparable way? Or do we want to be better than that? Do we want to be rising above that at some points? Because more or less, this is giving the right wing some ammunition too. He also snuck into a Hawaiian socialist group to surprise debate. Well, that's the thing with Crowder, is he only really debates uneducated college kids. It's kind of like how Ben Shapiro does it too. I don't know. I don't have an answer for when deceptive behavior like this, if ever, is justified. But I'm more or less asking you guys, what do you think? And just keep that in mind. Don't get too blinded by how fucking hilarious this is, because it is funny. I hate Crowder. He's a piece of shit. And it's fun to see him get a taste of his own medicine. But don't let that blind you from also recognizing that we shouldn't get in a habit of this type of behavior. This we go high moral strategy, I'm fine playing on their own terms, but I don't know if this was that much on Crowder's own terms. Like, he's shown up at some public events, which is a little different than being told that you're going on a debate to debate this person, and you're there trying to debate them, and then all of a sudden, instead of the person you agreed to debate, he sits back and switches up and puts some guy that you don't want to debate in front of you. That's pretty deceptive. It is. It's sleazy. That's a good way of putting it. I'm fine playing on their ground when you're talking to them face to face. If you're going to be talking to Steven Crowder, like if he agreed to talk with Sam Cedar and then they were having a conversation on a show, don't go high. No. Punch where it hurts. I'm fucking fine with that. But the actual move of baiting him into this pretty deceptively, it's kind of sleazy. It's funny. I don't think it should happen often.
Faced with people on a lie, and how
Or
about you get
sabotaging?
how about you get
Steven,
to
show yourself, you coward. Steven, show yourself.
30th
Don't show
of the
your
audience.
co-host.
Ethan,
It
you
also is, let's be honest, ironic for H3H3 to be calling Crowder a coward because H3H3 agreed to a debate and then didn't actually debate or plan on it.
should show
Steven,
yourself.
excuse-
Ethan, how can you respect yourself as a man, brother?
Steven,
so strongly
Steven, you
that
are
you're
such
not
a
willing to
coward. Stop
debate.
showing your little
I
leprechaun
thought you would
co-host who
welcome
comes
Right,
out
right.
dressed like your
Ethan, come on,
sidekick.
Ethan, why do you have to bring on a
Show
guy who has
Steven.
a 30th of the
really
viewership
Why
of
are
the
you-
show?
Saddest thing I've ever heard. So you
Come
have
on,
Joe
that
Steve-
is so pathetic. Did you just hear what Crowder said? That Sam Cedar has a 30th of the viewership. Come on. Crowder debates these little pussified college kids all the time. These irrelevant people. Oh, and then all of a sudden, you don't have enough followers for my attention.
less viewers to come on to debate him because you can't.
Well,
Why
obviously,
don't
if
you
I'm a,
get some-
Apparently he had to think
obviously
about it, bro.
if I'm a layup
Yeah,
and
you
not a
had to think
debater.
about it.
Well, look,
Yeah,
you're the
I
one
mean,
who called. You're the one who got
debate.
Thank you, Xavier Watts, for the $2. Why don't you debate him, Hunter? Oh, that's right. Yeah, because I don't have Steven Crowder's contact information. Is that the answer why? Dude, I love it. I love when people just assume that I like just being a YouTuber gives me the all access contact book. Didn't you hear? Any creator out there that I ever talk crap about, I have their phone number in my phone. I should be calling them up to debate right then and there.
Steven's
started
the
it.
one that got angry about
Show
it.
Steven. Don't be
Hold on
such a
second. All right,
coward.
hold on a second. Let me hear what Pigpen has to say here really quick.
Fair enough.
Show
But
Steven.
Ethan, look, I don't. Hold on a second, Ethan. This is because initially
Thank
I came
you.
on here to talk with Ethan. Ethan, come on, man. Look, the same reason that I haven't ever had a conversation with Sam Cedars, the same reason that Joe Rogan, Sam Harris, Brett Weinstein, Dave Rubin, Ben Shapiro don't owe him anything. It's based on a lie, Ethan. Just
What's
like
the
you
lie?
claiming my Ethan.
What's the
You
lie?
claiming my
What's the
booker
lie,
reached
Steven?
out to you, Ethan, when you know
Steven,
that's
what's the
not true.
lie?
There's no
What's
one
the
ducking
lie?
you,
Why
Sam.
He said the booker reached out to him, but then there was something with that too. Ethan talked about the fact that there was actually a booker that had reached out to him at one point or something like that, or that worked with Crowder.
Out to you, Ethan, when you
Steven,
know that's
what's the
not
He
lie?
wasn't. He just wasn't being completely honest there.
There's no
What's
one
the
ducking
lie?
you,
Why
Sam.
are you
I've
so
never
afraid?
Sam,
Yo,
Sam,
listen,
Sam,
I
Sam,
think
Sam,
you're a
Sam.
smart
I
guy.
can call out Mike
I don't
Tyson.
understand why
It doesn't mean that I'm
you are
ducking him.
so worried about this.
Why do you
I
feel that?
honestly
Why do you
don't.
feel that anyone, Sam? Why do you feel that anyone owes you airtime when you have a 40th of the audience and you've been doing the
I
show?
don't think anybody
for 10
has the
times
airtime.
That is such
I
a
think,
cheap
I
shot.
think that Ethan has just given it to me. I didn't
Right.
ask him for it, and
Right.
so
No, you've been begging
the
for
real
it for a long
question
time
is,
with everyone
Steven,
bigger than
why
yourself.
Are you so
he found
worried
He
about
can't build an
engaging with me?
audience, and so what
Why
happens is
are
he
you
uploads
so
15
worried about-
times more,
Do you think
has
your
less than a
audience
50th of the
says-
audience.
Well, that's
Do
why
you
he
think
wants to
that your
debate you.
This is so weird. Listen, this is like, oh God. There are so many optics rules being broken right now. No, but seriously, like there are actually unironically a ton of fucking just there. First, they deceptively got him on there. And next, they're throwing around that your channel doesn't have as many views as mine. Huh? Bruh. How do you say he's irrelevant, but then you also seem to know a good deal about this dude?
so he can build his.
Do you
Sam,
think
come on.
your audience cares that I only have 1 million subscribers and you have what, 6 or 7 million subscribers?
Let me answer. Can I answer your question?
Can I answer
your question? Can I answer?
Yeah, that's another thing too. Is Sam Cedar has over 1 million subscribers. It's not like he's some dude with like 20K.
So he can build his.
Sam, come on.
Your audience cares that I only have 1 million subscribers and you have what, 6 or 7 million subscribers?
Let me answer. Can I answer your question? Can I answer your question? Can I answer your question?
Sure.
Do you want me to answer your question? My audience would say Sam who? Just like Joe Rogan's audience and Ben Shapiro's and Dave Rubin.
This is like catty teenage girl shit. Well, I'm the popular one. Has he been taking notes from like Blair White or something?
Know who you are because you had to shoehorn yourself into another coward show.
College students, every day that you do that, change my mind. They don't know who those college students are.
This is another lie. This is another lie. Let me clarify, Sam. Let me clarify, Sam. The change my mind, everyone knows on the show, right? Yes. We've had professors on the...
How did you know I ended my show early last week, Stephen? If your audience doesn't even know me,
because you're an idiot, and half of your staff doesn't like you.
Because I'm a diehard fan.
Yes, it's because...
Oh, fuck. Crowder, oof, the roasts, they're just not landing right now. They're just not really... I don't know, it doesn't... You're coming off looking really uncomfortable, throwing everything you possibly can at the wall, in a sad attempt that one of them will get a laugh from a drunk boomer that watches your content religiously. But I think you're looking pretty nervous here.
Sam, let me clarify, Sam. The change my mind, everyone knows on the show, right? Yes. We've had professors on the... How did you know
I ended my show early last week, Stephen? If your audience doesn't even know me...
Because you're an idiot, and half of your staff doesn't like you.
Because I'm a diehard fan.
Yes, it's because he's a diehard fan.
Your staff doesn't like you.
But I just met you. Congratulations, Sam Cedar's fan.
Stephen, have a conversation. I will
talk about the issues that you want to talk about, Stephen. Right now, I'm trying to talk with you. You're interrupting, Sam.
You bombarded the show.
Okay, you bombarded my show under a false pretense. You claimed that just like you claimed that I ducked the...
See, right there, that's going to give the conservatives the upper hand almost. Because it was Crowder that was jumped on false pretense or whatever.
You bombarded my show under a false pretense. You claimed just like you claimed that I ducked the debate with you under a false pretense. Have I ever?
That is what the Politicon people told me.
Oh, is that what they told you? Well, so you're just lazy with your research?
And if big tech is...
You continue with the lie. You need to research and say, did Stephen ever accept...
They said you were
Let me explain to you. Let me explain to you. Hey, whoa, Sam.
And you literally...
Sam, sweetheart. Sam, fake stand-up comic who we can't find...
So that cold feet thing is, I think that's what they're talking about. The booker that they reached out to that did schedule it. But now, isn't his dad his booker?
Sam, fake stand-up comic who we can't find any footage about online. Let me finish.
I'm not a stand-up comic.
Oh, you're not? Okay, that makes sense because everything that I've seen is incredibly unfunny and unentertaining, which may explain the audience.
Ironic.
What does that mean?
Alert, Stephen.
Comedian.
How much have you watched of my stuff, Stephen, that you think that your audience wouldn't appreciate our discussing things?
Samuel, can I answer your question?
Yes.
So you have gone on, you've done the same thing with...
You're wrong, Hunter. Crowder's lying. He did duck the debate. Did Crowder ever actually confirm that he was going to debate, or had he been confirmed to go to Politicon? I would like clarity if anybody wants to give it to me.
Other comments. Everyone has a bigger audience than you because you said, I want to...
That's not true. He has a bigger audience than me, guys. His dad is his scheduler. Well, hit up his dad and ask for a real play date. All right, these surprise parties, Crowder doesn't like them.
Yes.
So you have gone on, you've done the same thing with other comments. Everyone has a bigger audience than you because you said, I want to speak with Steven Crowder. You believe that at some point there was some acceptance? When have I ever done a Politicon? Ever? What
don't
about,
know.
as a matter of
I
fact, in the
haven't
last
followed your
decade,
career like
in
you
the
seem to
last
have followed
decade,
mine,
in
Stephen.
the last decade, I haven't done a single political conference.
How
I
can
hosted
you say-
CPAC for 4 years and stopped because they suck.
How can
They
you
don't
say-
pay,
Okay.
and they're full of losers.
What about Gavin
and you've been
McInnes's
clamoring
show?
for it, and
Gavin
it's a lie.
told me that you dropped out of doing
How
his
can you
show
say
because
that
This
you-
is
I
just
was going
hearsay.
This is like blood sports right here. Oh man. This is pretty fucking entertaining. I'm here for the ride right now.
And it's a
Gavin told
lie.
me that you dropped out of doing
How
his
can you
show
say
because
that
This
you-
is
I
just
was going to
hearsay
go-
and gossip.
But how can
I
he
have-
say
I've
you
never
don't
met more of
follow
a
your
woman.
career when he wants
Well,
to
I
keep
don't even
debating?
take-
Come on, dude. I'm sorry. Other than like the initial meeting being under like deceptive pretense, which kind of gives Crowder a little bit of a way out of this one. His response his attempts at comebacks have just been abysmal. This is just hearsay. I've never met such a woman. Oh man. Listen, I'm not anywhere near as popular as Steven Crowder, but I know that if I tried to use roasts like this, and if I acted this way, if I was ever like ambushed in a debate, then I would be getting made fun of for it.
Stops because they suck.
How
They
can you
don't
say-
pay,
Okay.
and they're full of losers.
What about
and you've been
Gavin McInnes's
clamoring
show?
for it, and it's a
Gavin told
lie.
me that you dropped out of doing
How
his
can you
show
say
because
that
This
you-
is
I
just
was going
hearsay
to
and
go.
gossip.
But how can
I
he
have
say
I've
you
never
don't
met more of
follow
a
your
woman.
career when he wants
Well,
to
I
keep
don't even need to-
debating?
I
I don't
need to
know.
talk
It's
about any of
bizarre.
this.
All right,
Let's talk
okay.
about the issue.
So,
the
Ethan, do you want to have a
CDC.
conversation, Ethan?
Let's talk
about the
about big
vaccine
tech.
because
Ethan,
you
do you want to have a
Absolutely, I do.
conversation? You're going to hide.
Here.
You felt
Absolutely,
so
I do.
strongly
Oh,
about
big tech.
So why are you hiding behind San Cedar?
Oh no,
Have a
me and Sam are
conversation
aligned. I'm not
with
hiding.
him.
He just
Well, you're just a
he knows the
liar.
issue.
So you're a
Ethan,
liar.
because remember we
You
said-
brought
hold
in
on a second,
somebody
hold on
else
a
to
second.
debate.
I mean, it
Yeah,
sort of
yeah, yeah.
feels like
It's
you guys are the ones who are
ridiculous.
hiding.
Really?
Ethan's
Hiding?
being
No, this
completely
is
open
actually
about it.
Who snuck in on you?
Who's the guy who
Ethan's
never
being
appears
completely
on
open
stage,
about it.
never does a live show,
But it's a
never
comic.
even never even allows a shadow of comedy to be perceived on his
What does
program?
this
It's
have
just
to do with anything? Dude, what does this have to do with anything?
never even allows a shadow of comedy to be perceived on his program. It's just hiding.
Right.
Everything we do is out in the open. H3.
Steven,
you know
you're wearing a
that we
holster.
agreed.
So what?
Hold on a second. Yeah? So? I want to normalize responsible gun ownership. Is that your debate? No wonder you had to bring in a hack for you.
wanna
Well,
call
no,
it
you're talking
crying
about
out loud.
comedy.
Well, that's
I
what
mean,
you
Steven,
did,
strategy.
that's
Write
not
it
very
for you.
funny.
You have a holster, bro.
Also, you're
You have a
sponsored-
holster.
I like how Ethan's just like sitting over there, just looks kind of like baked. He's just like, that's not really that funny when you said that, Crowder. He's just, I do enjoy seeing someone meet Crowder at his level. That is enjoyable for sure.
As he takes advantage of mentally ill women for a
main
show with
sponsor
just
is about
dwindling.
gay boy
All right,
love.
okay.
All of it.
All right, Sam, you got it. You got it. I hope you have
He almost said you
Hey,
win.
Steven,
Wonderful
if-
highlight reel.
Hold on. Hold on. Let me just make one point.
Hope you enjoy Politicon.
Hold on,
Ethan,
let
we'll
me make
release
one
the private
point,
messages.
Steven.
Take it easy.
Steven,
All right,
don't
thanks,
bail.
guys.
You
I
don't wanna
appreciate
have
it.
Don't bail, you
Adorable.
coward.
Hey, Sam, one thing before I go.
If it's
Can you
about
take
the
off your
issue,
glasses?
Steven,
Hold on.
One thing before I go.
I
Can you
just
take
wanna
off your
see-
glasses?
we just wanna see if
I
there's
just want to
buttons.
see if you take them off. If you have the Velveteen Rabbit buttons. That's the only thing I'm curious
What
about. It's the only interesting part about it.
Steven,
Or if
I-
there's a
Can someone help me understand this roast? Because I thought it had something to do with like the Velveteen Rabbit or something. I think it's like a boomer joke. And Sam Cedar's expression here just sums it up perfectly. He's just like, what the fuck is clam chowder on about? All right. I'm going to look it up. We're going to find out together. Oh, was it a Coraline thing? Was he trying to get at that he's fake? Was it something with a Velveteen Rabbit, though? Admittedly, I'm not very read up on my boomer. What does this mean? By the way, before this, Crowder was arguing that in fact Sam is really the one who's a fraud because he doesn't do stand-up. Okay, no. Where? In his boot button eyes? Oh, wait. There's a actual Reddit thread on this. He means that he's soulless like Velveteen the Toy. It's a classic children book. The joke is just dumb. Okay, yeah, so it was. It was something with Velveteen. Okay. What a weak roast. He's like, I have the final roast card ready for this one. An obscure children's book reference. He'll never see it coming.
The soul.
Let's
Just
debate.
take off the glasses.
Let's debate,
Don't
Steven.
hide behind the
Don't
glasses.
be a coward.
Don't say let's debate, Ethan. You've
I
lost
will
Coward.
All right.
Debate
This
the
is sad.
issues. What
This
does
is
it matter who
bullshit.
you
Shut
debate,
up.
coward?
All right, good. You guys are good. Thank you.
Coward.
Just like, cut.
Don't even
Get
take
it.
off the glasses.
I was right.
All right, yeah,
We
you
knew
can
you
give
would
me
run
the X.
away.
This
You
is-
run away twice. Cold feet again.
Come on, Steven.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Wow. Dude, I can't believe he admits.
Yeah, no, some people are saying this was anti-Semitic. I don't think it was. I'm pretty sure it was a reference to that children's book thing. Oh, shit. Yeah. They both just looked horrendous here. But more so Crowder, because he looked really, really scared. He was uncomfortable as fuck. He tried to get that final roast in, too. He was like, hold on. Yo, one more thing. Hold on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I have it. The ultimate roast. He had to, like, stop the conversation before dipping to be like, this is the one I'm going to use. Couldn't there be something better to come up with? Let's try to think here, okay? Sam Cedar. What would be a good response? You get jumped in a debate. You know you're gonna have to be quick and come up with a fast roast. What would you go with here? Maybe a broader, funnier reference, like, oh, I see you guys are at it again with the fucking or not at it again. You'd have to say something like, what? Here again with the Trojan horse move or something like that. That could have worked a little bit. And then I don't know, just not making fun of his viewership. That's not it, Steven. That doesn't sound good. Like, viewership really doesn't have much weight on opinions. And also, we're talking about Sam Cedar. Come on. He's not like some no-name here. It was also really bad that he admitted to watching the show before. Do I feel bad for Steven Crowder? No. I literally dare you to watch Crowder's version? Okay, let's do it. Let's see what Steven says.
At
Dislike.
him for the last month.
Well, you know, and this is the thing too, is we don't do debates based on a lie. Like, I can call out Mike Tyson, I can call out Evander. It doesn't mean anything, right?
Yeah.
And so when someone says, "Hey, you said you would do this," and you just admitted that, of course, there's no proof for that. Well, I heard this from so and so. Yeah, but there's no evidence. We'll bring up. We can bring up here the direct messages with. I hate to do this, but with Ethan, it was, "Hey, we'll talk, you and I, man to man. No one else will come in."
Okay, so first and foremost, Quartering lied. Again, don't trust anything that piece of shit posts. Because he dishonestly said that this was also Ethan. Nope, it was not Ethan that agreed to that. Okay. Hey, Steven, I'm down to debate. Thanks for reaching out. I do appreciate it. Huh. Okay. The thing is, I'm wondering, was this really the start of the messages? Because if that was, if Ethan was the one to reach out, then I do believe that that would be pretty deceptive. I mean, it was deceptive already, but that would be taking it a step further as well.
And as a matter of fact, I was going to say, if I have my phone, I can take a picture right here. There's no prompter. It's just him on a call. and he's terrified. I don't know how someone like that can live their life as a man.
Well,
Okay, that's again. He should just stop with the roasts. The fact that he calls himself comedian too is pretty bad. He's not funny, and those are not good roasts. Just stop. You sound like a fucking middle school playground bully. So he shows this. Is this an email from here from Louder with Crowder? We are thinking next Monday. I'm central. I would ask that you stick to the details that Ethan agreed to in the Twitter DM. We never play gotcha with these things and would expect the same. Excellent. We will speak then. Crowder also sounds a little scared in that email, if we're being fair, but
he just also talked very cordially to you about family.
Oh, yeah.
But what I really hate about that is then he immediately pulled it, which shows no character, no class, a complete manipulation.
Well,
but here's the
he has a show that's dwindling. No one cares about it.
But
so then he wants the drama, and I actually want to have a conversation. But I'm not going to have a conversation. Here's my cutoff. A general, serious.
this is what I meant, right? With the deceptive nature of it is it definitely, now, like I said, to everybody watching, me included, I enjoyed watching Crowder be made to squirm and made to feel uncomfortable and get a little taste of his own medicine. That felt good. But to his audience, Crowder's going to be the one that comes up on top, for sure. Already, the way that he's phrasing this and framing it, Crowder's going to come up on top here to his audience 100%. I don't think there's going to be much that they're swayed by.
Rule,
Yeah.
1/20th of the audience. Otherwise, I have no time in the day, and I'm debating every Twitter egg.
Well, right, but here's my point of how you win something very, very easily. Your whole point is you're talking about a that you have questions about.
Right.
He claims that something you don't even have to think about. That's a bold statement to make. So when you go to challenge him on that, his side has to explain why he feels that way. So he sneaks in another guy because he doesn't feel
You have
that
a holster, bro.
He's bought and paid for.
You have a holster, bro.
That was his argument.
Let me show you how to use it.
You don't have to think about it, dude.
And he's and this
what
is
an
here's the thing. I was really curious too, and then
Yeah, I mean, maybe some more will come out. Guys, chat, let me know if I'm missing any other details here. But it does look like Ethan was the one that agreed to it. And I do believe that it's pretty deceptive to do that. It's nice to see Crowder be made fun of. Crowder is a hypocrite. But Crowder being a hypocrite and this being deceptive and sleazy are not mutually exclusive. Just keep that in mind. A Very Dead Horse, thanks for the $3. Watch the unedited version on Crowder's channel. Did already. Also, that one on Ethan's thing was unedited as well. Neema Davis, thank you for the $2. Blood for the Blood God. Blood for the Blood God. Okay. Alex, thank you for the $2. You should debate Yanomi Park about woke culture. I mean, maybe. Name, thank you for the $10. It doesn't matter because Crowder's fans would take his side regardless. It's really just moral booster for the left. Ethics shouldn't matter either way in this context. Nehemiah Davis, thank you for the $5. Does it matter if the debate topic is the same, though? A good debater, not Crowder, should be able to debate a topic regardless of who they're arguing. I can agree with that, yeah. Somewhat. But again, it's like the deceptive nature of it I take issue with. Xavier Watts, thank you for the $2. Why don't you debate him, Hunter? Oh, that's... Oh, wait. I already read that one. Nehemiah Davis, thank you for the $4 donation. Steven got catfished. He just wanted some H3H3 love. Steven is so scared. Pepe laugh. Also, high Raiders. Lloyd Virgil Christmas, thank you for the $2. Crowder should have stuck to voice acting. Yeah, seriously. Double Sauce, thanks for the 5. How hard do you have to punch the bread to make pound cake? Pretty hard, I assume. Or else it would just be like semi-punched cake. For a More Perfect America, thank you for the $5. Keep up the good work, Hunter. Thank you, man. And hey, thank you to everybody that has donated thus far. thank you for supporting the channel. Like I said, all your super chats will be read and responded to live. If you're watching on Twitch, I am not yet an affiliate, but if you want to support me, then you can send stuff over to PayPal. I did actually get a PayPal message from Jose Ramirez. Thank you for the $5 sent to my PayPal. Favorite soup? Also trans rights. Hell yeah, trans rights. Favorite soup? My favorite soup was broccoli cheddar, but now that I'm vegan, I don't really eat that much. My wife makes a really good tomato soup. That's really good to dip her famous sourdough bread in. So yeah, I'm not an affiliate yet on Twitch, and if you want to help support the channel via Twitch, then you can send something to my PayPal. The cool thing with PayPal is you can put just like $1 in there and write like a long ass message if you want. So yeah, kind of like a little cheat code there. I don't like Crowder or H3, but H3 won. All right, we're keeping up the trend on Steven Crowder. Don't go away. Who do I dislike more, Crowder? Oh, I dislike Crowder way more than Ethan. I just don't like the deceptive nature of organizing the debate that way. All right. We're going spicy with the titles this time around. A Very Dead Horse, thank you for the $2. Actually, Ethan edited both audio and video. Don't think so.
Well,
Why don't you
obviously,
get
if I'm a-
Apparently he had to think about it, bro.
If I'm a
Yeah, he
layup
did
and
think
not a
about it.
debater,
Well, look, you're the one
you're
who
the
called,
one
you're
that
the one who got
started
It looks fun to me. I think it's fun. I always like see light in the corner of my eyes. Okay. Let's jump into our next. Okay. This. Oops. 1 minute, guys. But H3 made you turn on all their values just to be popular? What are you talking about? Okay. I'm ready to get down and dirty with this one. All super chats will be read at the end of this segment. Let's jump into it. So now that we're done watching Steven Crowder get absolutely humiliated in a debate, in an ambush debate, we can now take a step back and revel in the not only stupidity of this man, but in the sheer just I don't want to say I'm looking for the right word here. Just in the sheer dishonesty that he exhibits. Steven Crowder is probably one of the most dishonest individuals on his show. The kind of shit that he spreads is bizarrely wrong. Like, it's just a bull-faced lie. So here's a segment from Steven Crowder talking about gay people. I'm sure he has some very decent takes here. Let's go ahead and watch.
I think women generally, and I mean this, don't fully understand the danger at play, particularly from gay men. They are definitely more predatory in nature as far as recruiting than women, because men are more sexually predatory in nature.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of women just think, he's just catty, and I always have, women always love having gay friends. And
So, first thing, already, just gonna say, I don't really like arguments like that. Like, men are more predatory in nature? Or men are, yeah, that sounds a little, no, I don't actually think that's true. Men tend to be more, I guess, sexually aggressive at times, but that's still kind of a leap from predatory behavior. And then to lump gay men in there too. Give me a break. This is one of the oldest homophobic arguments in the book.
I mean, I've known that for a long time, and I understand you're comfortable because it's like being with a woman, but they don't often understand the world when we're talking about sexuality that men live in. And so you don't see it nearly as hypersexualized, for example, with lesbian women to the same degree that you do with gay men. No. Look, here's the issue.
What is that? What about, isn't lesbian porn like super popular? What do you mean it's not super sexual? So now he's alluding again to these talking points that gay men are more promiscuous or whatever. And you know what? On a statistical level, that is true to a degree. Gay people do tend to have more partners, I think, on average. But if you looked at it from a global standpoint, I don't know where it is, but I know it's not in the US, where it's straight men that have the most sexual partners on average. But even if we were to grant that, right? Because it is on a statistical level, yes, gay people do tend to have more partners on average. That is a huge... Well, no, let me rephrase that. It does not logically follow to say that gay people are more promiscuous, therefore gay people are more predatory. That is a massive leap. That is simply not there. So just to make that blatantly clear, this is almost a non sequitur. He's trying to argue that because they're more promiscuous, that somehow means they're more likely to be predatorial. There's a difference there.
Gay men. No. Look, here's the issue with the homosexual community with men that I need women to understand, because often like, well, what's the harm in...
Maybe semantics? No. You don't semantically say that someone's more predatory instead of aggressive. And even if you were to say that, that wouldn't actually be true. It's my understanding that gay people are not more aggressive at all.
Going to drag queen story hour. Okay. Any woman who...
Or when doesn't the most domestic abuse occur in lesbian relationships? All right, we're getting sidetracked. Fuck you, chat.
who has been in a sexual relationship with a man, okay? Think of all the times that the man wanted to have sex, which was pretty much always, and you said, not right now. Now remove the not right now. That's every gay couple. That's why almost none are monogamous. Statistically, it's true. A very, very small percentage of gay couples are monogamous. Why? Because men...
Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's a different claim. I'm looking this up right now. He might be correct. Hold on. Let's get this on screen. So, just the same type of argument that because they're not as monogamous, that somehow means gay bad? It does look like... Huh. Most gay couples aren't monogamous. I'd be curious to know how that data collection was done. But okay. Even if that were completely true, yeah, it doesn't really mean anything. So what? It's a free country. This is America. I'm sorry. People can live their lives how they please, as long as it's legal and consensual. So what does this mean? Like, this doesn't mean gay bad.
Men can have unfettered sex with no emotional connection, and guess what? It feels good. And this is why you have a hypersexualized community. This is why AIDS was exclusive to the gay community in the United States, despite how Fauci lied about it.
Whoa, okay. maybe people are going to accuse me of calling out a semantic thing again. AIDS is not exclusive to the gay community, Crowder, you lying scumfuck. Are you kidding me? Does he realize that when he makes claims like that, all you have to do is point to one example of somebody who has AIDS that isn't gay, and boom, Crowder's argument is wrecked? So now I understand the scope of his point here. It's that gay men are more predatory, and the proof of that is that gay couples are less monogamous, and that's why they have AIDS more likely? Does he realize that straight couples can get AIDS also? You can get AIDS by just having penis in vagina sex. Now, it is true that because, like, the skin in the anus is, it's kind of gross, is like more, it's more susceptible to disease. So participating in anal sex can raise your risk of getting AIDS. But that's the same with straight and gay couples. This is not exclusive to gay people in any way. Finally, your argument doesn't even make sense because, of course, anybody in a monogamous relationship is going to have a less likely chance of getting an STD. Duh. Gay people could be in a monogamous relationship, and if they were both STD free, they got it in a monogamous relationship, their chances of contracting an STD are the exact same as a straight couple that are monogamous. None of this is exclusive to gay people. This is like some really blatant homophobic bullshit.
Initially, your chance of getting AIDS right now in this country as a heterosexual, monogamous, non-drug using male is 0%, and it's still
See how he threw that in there? The heterosexual? Wrong. That's just a monogamous relationship.
Male is 0% heterosexual.
Listen to that word.
Despite how
it's dishonest the way he's talking.
Fauci lied about it initially. Your chance of getting AIDS right now in this country as a heterosexual, monogamous, non-drug using male is 0%.
You could just as easily say, wait, did he say non-monogamous? Am I hearing this wrong?
Your chance of getting AIDS right now in this country as a heterosexual, monogamous, non-drug using male is 0%.
Yeah. Any monogamous relationship lowers your chance of getting an STD. What a dishonest fucking like, listen to how he's phrasing this. It's so blatant. Hunter, I'm with you, but you're lying right now. Crowder didn't say it's exclusive to anyone. He just...
And you said, not right now. Now remove the not right now. That's every gay couple. That's why almost none are monogamous. Statistically, it's true. A very, very small percentage of gay couples are monogamous. Why? Because men can have unfettered sex with women. And guess what? It feels good. And this is why you have a hypersexualized community. This is why AIDS was exclusive to the gay community in the United States, despite how Fauci lied about it.
Okay, right there. It was exclusive to the gays. He said it. So maybe you need to pay attention better next time.
Sexual, monogamous, non-drug using male is 0%, and it's still statistically zero, even if you haven't been entirely monogamous. Let's just be clear about that. And this is a message to mothers out there, because I think fathers always inherently, at least, understand what they're overly protective of young girls, generally speaking, and then they are, generally speaking, more aware of how they need to be protective with young boys. It's why often women don't understand how young boys are bullied.
Yeah.
Because it's very different from how young women are bullied. And so you need to...
This is just like wrong information too. What do you mean? Mothers can empathize with their sons when they get bullied? And you know, if they couldn't, that would be an argument against like social ideas on what it means to be a masculine man. So what even is this argument?
And so you need to understand the risk, particularly with young boys in your household, as it comes from This community, and what do I mean by this community? I mean men who have kids climb on them, show them their crotchless nylons, and do drag queen story hour. It's not just fun and a little bit peppy or spicy. It's a problem, and you need to be aware of how they're marketing to your kids.
So he kind of tries to back up there, right? Tries to straw man it on, I'm talking about these people that are really creepy, even though the entire clip was him talking about how the gay community is more promiscuous, more predatory, and then saying you need to be careful with your children around members of this community. This is just like 1960s talking points. Thankfully for us, there are some studies done on this. Some rather uncomfortable ones, too, if I'm being honest. They have literally done studies where they measure blood flow to the penis when men are shown or they hear audible like descriptions of encounters with underage individuals. Let's go ahead and find out what the findings were. Now, the first thing I want to be clear on, this was not a randomized control group, which would have been which would have been better, yes. But the subjects were 2,278 male patients referred to a specialty clinic for thallometric assessment of their erotic preferences. Okay, so they were referred to the clinic. So they literally put something like around their penis to measure like how it expanded. Really quite creepy. All right, let's see. So they found that, hold on, where's the, hold on. Where's the graph here? I had a graph. Come on. Jerks. I've included the 95. I'm sorry, guys. Give me a minute here. I'm trying to find this. Right here. Okay, so there was a study conducted similar to this, done, I think, in like the 1940s. It would have been a long time ago. And the result was that gay people didn't really seem to be like more likely to be pedophiles or anything. And so they tried to replicate that same study, and they did. So the key comparisons produced results similar to those of the first study. They show that gay men and straight men have similar penile responses to depictions of children in the laboratory. That is to say, relatively low, but more important than there being relatively low, they're not really any different for gay and straight men. So no, this is just a blatant falsehood. A lot of the times, the ways that they twist this information to make it sound like there's this disproportionate amount of molestation committed by gay people, they count the information incorrectly. Okay, so this study right here that I found is a perfect example from the Baptist Press, of course. Homosexuals more likely to molest kids, study found. And basically what this study does is it counts every male-on-male molestation as committed by a gay person. However, we know that the majority of molestations are actually committed by men in heterosexual relationships. So the idea that gay people are more likely to be pedophiles is simply not borne out. You would have to calculate the information incorrectly. I actually have a really good thing on here too. Let me pull this up. This is from my debate a long while ago, my LGBT notes. I have a bunch of stuff about this. So first, let's talk about the claim about them having like more partners. On a statistical level, like I already said, that is somewhat true. But it's also important to remember that if you ever hear people throw around the study that claims that gay men have on average 500 to 1,000 sex partners, you can laugh in their face, because this was a 1970s study done by interviewing male prostitutes, not average gay individuals. So if anyone brings up a study like this, laugh in their face, okay? You can tell them, do you know where that study came from? Yeah, they interviewed people in gay bars in San Francisco. 1/4 of the men were also prostitutes who reported receiving money for sex. So that's how they got these insanely dishonest numbers. So we'll go over that one first. Here we go. Hold on. I have a really good article here too. So a lot of this incorrect data, right, comes from this individual named Paul Cameron. And Cameron really popularized the narrative by producing bogus studies to argue that gay people were more likely to molest children. Now, keep in mind that even on a historical sense, it has historically been a bigoted argument to argue against a minority group and paint them as a threat to a vulnerable member of the majority group. This even happened in like ancient times with Jews. They would accuse the Jews of eating children. So this has been a historical thing, this think of the children narrative, and that almost always works in getting the majority riled up. And it's not just children, it's vulnerable members of the group. Conservatives do it a lot with women also. But Paul Cameron popularized this information, and he popularized it by publishing bogus studies using the same using the same flaw with his research, where he would count every male-on-male abuse or molestation as a homosexual who committed the crime. So, I have here how there are, right here, this is what I'm thinking of. The Child Molestation Research and Prevention Institute notes that 90% of child molesters target children in their network of family and friends, and the majority of men are married to women. Most child molesters, therefore, are not gay people lingering outside schools. We also have the fixated child molester, okay, which is like the stereotypical pedophile. And this person couldn't even be considered a homosexual because, right here, he often finds adults of either sex repulsive and often molests children of both sexes. So when they are fixated on children, that's what they're fixated on. Children. It's not like the creepy gay guy that wants to molest little boys. It's just a fixation on children. And then there's also regressive child molesters who are attracted to other adults, but they may, quote, regress to focus on children when confronted with stressful situations. The majority of regressed offenders were heterosexual in their adult relationships. So first, we have this. And we also have studies literally measuring penile responses, showing that the selected group in that study, there was no difference between straight and gay guys when it came to pedophilia. So literally every single thing that Steven Crowder has said here to paint gay people as a scary threat is straight out of the bigot book. It's straight out of the bigot Bible. And, voice crack, sorry. And the majority of it is untrue.
Despite how Fauci lied about it initially, you're chanting about that. And this is a message to mothers out there, because I think fathers always.
So, yeah, that's nice going, Steven Crowder. Peddling the literal 1960s talking points about gay people being pedophiles, about how mothers should be concerned having gay people around their children. Nice going, dude. Yeah. But he's totally not homophobic, man. Come on. Crowder's just here. He's just here to talk about the issues. He just wants to talk about the facts. He's not a homophobe. He's just a comedian. He's just a... Steven Crowder, not only is he recycling the insults, dude, for a guy like Steven Crowder that rails against climate change, this guy sure seems obsessed with recycling homophobic arguments. Arguably just recycling arguments in general. He's recycling the homophobic arguments from the 1960s. He's recycling the insults he told people when he was on his schoolyard playground. And now he's recycling the same kind of political commentary libtard wrecked shit from like 2016. For a guy that hates climate change, he's obsessed with recycling. Good going, Crowder. Just kidding. You're a fucking piece of shit. Fuck you. And no one should take you seriously. Double Sauce, thank you for the $5 donation. What color was the dress in your eyes? Gold and white or black and blue? It was gold and white to me. It's just typical homophobia. Yep, that's exactly right. Steven Crowder. All right, do we have some people in the Discord that want to come on here and have a little chit chat? Because I'm seeing some people talk mad shit in the comments. Oh, hey, Michael Alberto. Sorry that I haven't responded yet. I will get back to you soon. I've spoken to Hunter 3 times, but I want to schedule a final debate or interview. I've emailed contacts with. Okay, Hey, Michael, what's up?
Hunter, I've been trying
I'm
to get
sorry.
in
I'm
contact
sorry. I'm a
for,
bit.
like,
You know me. I'm
a
a.
week. What?
You know me. I'm a busy guy.
Yeah, I know, but I just don't know. Are you still interested? Because
Yes, I
was
am.
talking-
I wanna. I definitely want to do it. How much? How long is it gonna take?
Probably give me like an hour.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. Let's get that scheduled then for another time. For another
So
time
you
soon
are
here.
still interested.
I am
'cause was
still
talking to your
interested.
wife.
I'm
She was
sorry. I know
very
that you sent.
sweet.
I know you sent me an email. I've been meaning to get back to you.
It's all right.
Send me a follow-up email if you don't mind.
Okay. I
And
was
then
just scared. I was just scared. I said something and I scared you off.
yeah, I didn't like that you were contacting my wife. No, I'm just kidding.
She was very sweet. She's very sweet. She's asking me about college and everything.
Yeah, my wife's a sweetheart for sure. Yeah.
Send that email. We can hopefully get a schedule.
Send me
for
that.
maybe a
We'll
week or two.
let's get it. No, we can get it done this week. All right, we'll do something
Alright.
this week. If we can, especially if you can try to maybe cut it down to 30 minutes, then I can definitely do it like sooner than later. All right.
I'll see you.
All right. See you, bro.
Take care.
Okay. The Dissident, what's up? Hello. Hello, how you doing? Hello, can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing, Hunter?
I'm doing good. It seems as if there's a bit of a delay,
Long
though.
time a viewer of yours. You're the one who first red pilled me.
Okay. I think there's a bit of a delay.
Oh, is there? I'm
Let's.
talking through my phone.
Hello, hello, hello. Respond when you
Hello?
hear me.
I'm responding now.
Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, it's pretty delayed.
Hi.
I'll chat with you in a little while, all right, man?
All right.
Well, that went well. Romulus, what's up?
Hey,
How you doing?
I am doing just fine. Let me go ahead and start my recording on my end, if you don't mind.
Oh boy.
It's actually, I wanted to talk to you about. I know it's June, so I wanted to talk to you about the gay pride stuff and like,
Yeah,
what.
sure.
First of all, what are your positions on that? Are you okay with gay pride and all that?
I mean, yeah.
Like,
So long it's.
flags, parades, everything.
I mean, sure. If they want to have a gay parade, why not, right?
I mean, oh wait, uh, there's something still going. Okay, sorry, my
Just to be very clear, I would be against like the whole kink it pride thing, the whole conversation. Like, I am against the idea of like overt sexual displays in public, like in broad daylight where there could be children present as well if it's on like public property. So I would be against that. But assuming that the pride parade remains mostly appropriate, then I see nothing wrong with people celebrating the fact that they're now able to live their lives freely in this country.
It's, I wouldn't say that there's anything wrong with them just celebrating that, oh, I'm able to be myself. But just myself personally, I think that the pride parades actually do more harm than they do good
How
for
so?
people. Well, and I'm actually speaking from, hate to say it, but I'm speaking from experience when I was a much different person politically and I used to think all this kind of stuff. But the kind of vibe it can give across is not one of freedom, but one of superiority, or one of, oh, I can do
completely
this thing.
disagree with that. There's
It,
how is a parade or a
it's not, I'm not
celebration
saying it's intentional.
superiority?
I'm not saying it's intentional, but I'm saying that's the vibe that it can give across to some people. Some people have been just taught or told or influenced that they need to be hateful of these people. They don't find a reason. They go out, they look for a reason, and then they see, hey, these people, because of just the way that they were born, are allowed to have a parade, and I am not.
Well, I would
Because if
argue
I
with you
do,
that
I'll
they're
get
not
shot
actually
down.
having a parade because of the way they're born. But we'll get to that in a second. Don't you think if these people are raised to hate gay people, they'll find a reason to hate gay people regardless of if there's a parade or not?
Yeah, that is, but my whole thing is if they're using that as a reason, then that is one reason that a lot of people, even if they're not raised to hate gay people,
So because
the parades are one reason that a lot of people start turning to be more like that.
I don't think you
And I think
understand how
that's why
flawed
it's more
this.
harm than good.
I don't think you understand how flawed this argumentation is because
I'm
it's
really bad at explaining myself.
No, it's okay. It's just that in historically, whenever there are like more rights that like a previously oppressed group gets, more rights and they're being treated as equals, it's often common for there to be like a swell of reactionary pushback to that as well. So it doesn't matter what it was. It doesn't matter if it was a parade. It could just be like if these people were still oppressed and then it was granting them rights, then you could literally make that same argument. You could just as easily say, well, maybe we shouldn't give them rights because that might give people who don't like black people more of a reason to hate them.
Hold on. That's a bit too much of an extreme there. I'm not saying that damn it. I'm not saying that today is not my day.
It's okay. I'll also just really quick, just let you know. Pride was also originally, it was a protest. It was like a riot.
Yeah,
it wasn't like originally a celebration.
I know the original meaning of it, but okay, let me just try and explain myself a bit differently, because my brain is not working today at all, and I hate it. So it started out obviously as a protest, and then eventually evolved into a riot, and was very, very bad.
Uh-huh.
The first was, I think it was like this, called the Stonewall riots or something like that. I think is
Yeah.
what it was called. That was obviously really bad. They shouldn't have been. It shouldn't have become a riot, and there shouldn't have been need for protests in the first place. So that's bad.
Okay.
But in modern times, it has gone away from, oh, I'm protesting for my equal rights, or I'm protesting for normalization, because large in part it is normalized. You have equal rights in the law. There's
Mhm.
still some work that needs to be done in the backwoods of Tennessee, but I mean, aside from that, for the most part, people are either neutral or all for it. Nobody
No,
really
I
cares.
would completely disagree with that again, because they're like, look at the kind of backlash that like gay representation gets. I mean, look at people that still are against there being the pride parade because they don't want there to be like displays of gay people or whatever. I think that if you're gonna, it's not the pride parade is not a celebration of the fact that they're simply existing as gay people, because I used to have that misunderstanding also. And I would also say I could agree more or less that, yeah, you shouldn't act as if the fact that you're gay is somehow like this big character trait. That's 100% true. I would agree with that. But the Pride Parade is not really focused on celebrating the fact that you were born gay, but rather the fact that you now have rights to exist as a gay person in this country. And furthermore, I would argue that the Pride Parade goes really far in, one, helping to normalize gay people a little bit more, although I think that, you know, where that parade is happening, most people are probably already fine with it. And also, you've got to remember that that can provide a space for people that might still be in the closet. Maybe there are people that aren't comfortable coming out yet. Maybe there are children, even like young people, young teenagers that aren't comfortable coming out yet, but they can go somewhere where there is a public display that it's okay to be gay in this country now, even though historically it wasn't.
I'm not saying that they don't do some good, but what I was trying to say was, a lot of people get the wrong image across from them, and of course it doesn't help when there are some people, some very loud vocal people with a lot of backers behind them, a lot of like people that support them, I mean, who say, no, it's not about celebrating rights, it's about celebrating existence. There are a lot of people who say that. There are a lot of people who go to these because they're just, I'm gay, and I'm gonna be proud of that solely for the fact that I'm gay. There's a lot of people
Even
who
if
are
there
more
were
vocal in
people
the
like
there are
that,
a
is
lot
that
of
really
people
that big
who
of a deal?
it is in the eyes of some people. What it does is when these people, because they're loud, they're influential, so they get more people looking at them, they get more people backing them, they get more people behind their causes, and their causes are,
Hmm.
be proud of this because this is how you exist.
Isn't that,
That is what
well,
that
I
is
would
that is what
again
that is
contest
what a lot
that,
of
but isn't it true though that for any group there are going to be loud voices that sometimes voice bad ideas?
Yeah, and what does it do to the group? It harms the group. Where do these people that have bad ideas that harm the group as a whole
Hmm.
go to voice them? Majority of times, it is at pride parades.
But
So
not
if you
really.
can,
They're not like the majority of people that go there are just there hanging out, having a good time. Like it's not,
they're celebrating being gay.
they're celebrating the fact that they can now be comfortably gay in a country where they were previously oppressed. Yeah.
Most of the people that
It's
are
not like they're
growing
all
up,
just going over there like celebrating like I just I've been to the Pride Parade multiple different times, even for interviews. I mean, the majority of the people there are just hanging out, smoking weed, getting food, talking to each other. There are some people maybe like in the streets, but I don't see a bunch of people that are like, I am proud to only because I am gay. I was born gay and that means I am gay. Like I feel like you could go up to a lot of people at the Pride Parade and just ask them why they're there. Some of them are probably going to be drunk as shit and just tell you they're there to have a good time. But there's probably going to be other people that say, because there was a time in this country where I wasn't even able to get married, and now I can. And by the way, there is still some ground to be made for gay people. I'm not too familiar with exactly how the law works, but I know that there in some states there's still sort of this gray area that people are able to get away with firing people on the basis of their sexuality, if I'm not mistaken. There, so
well, if anyone has ever done that, they're a scumbag.
right, but help me understand the argument that here, because it sounds to me like you're saying because there might be some people that have bad opinions, right? And because some people that don't like gay people are going to hear those bad opinions, therefore we shouldn't do Pride. They're just going to find a different reason to dislike gay people then, right?
That's not my argument. My argument is, and again, I'm sorry that I'm not good at explaining myself. My argument was there are some people that start going down that path because of how they perceive these parades. They start down the path of hating gay people because of these parades. So if you take away, and it's not just some people, it's a lot of people. So if you take away
But who? Like, you are right in the sense that, like, the majority of the country supports gay marriage. There's still, like, a huge chunk of the country that doesn't, and I mean, we see Republican legislation.
The majority of people support it. The majority of people support gay people. The majority of people have no problem with gay people.
It's not. No, it's not just that though. It's also that there are like Republican efforts to curtail gay people's rights. Sometimes
I'm
talking
not
to.
I'm not even a Republican, dude. Don't try and pin that on.
No. Whoa. I'm not trying to pin you as anything. I'm not saying that you're Republican. I'm just saying there are Republican efforts to try and curtail gay rights, especially when it comes to adoption. And it's not just if the majority of the country is okay with gay people. It's that there's still ways to go as far as like normalization and acceptance. And I believe you're referring to the Pew Research chart because I'm familiar with that one. And I also know that although the majority supports gay people, there's still a huge chunk of the country that does not.
Yeah. What I'm trying to say is that, yes, the majority of people support it. There are still a lot of people that do not. And a lot of the people that do not start going down that path of hatred because of the misconception that they see around these parades. So I think it would be a wiser decision to get rid of the parade. If you get rid of the parade,
why not get rid of the misconception?
I don't know how they get that misconception, but they do.
No. Why don't we get rid of the misconception instead of the actual parade?
It's an impossible battle.
So you realize that no matter what happens, even if you were to take away the Pride Parade, then these people would just have a misconception about gay people somewhere else.
Not necessarily.
I'm not sure I'm understanding why. How can you, I guess the Pride Parade's been going on for a really long time, right? So how can you argue that the majority of the country is supporting gay people, but also that the Pride Parade is making people not support gay people? This seems kind of like a contradictory position.
No, a lot of the people who, I'm saying that the majority of the country still supports them, so the majority of the country supports them, so the Pride Parade is kind of redundant. That was just one point against Pride overall, and really I just don't like Pride.
But it's not just if the country accepts gay people. It's also the fact that they're celebrating the fact that they can exist as gay people in this country. 6 years ago, they couldn't legally get married. I mean, it's like, this hasn't been that long. Are you okay with other forms of parades?
Personally, I'm against just gay pride in general.
So you're against the entire month of gay pride and everything?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, LGBT pride and everything like that, I'm just fundamentally against it because I don't see a point in it. It's pretty much normal. It's pretty much normalized for most people now. They have representation in media and TV shows and movies to the point of tokenism. They have the majority of countries.
That's not even really true, though. And no, see, you're framing this very, very. I could just as easily say, sure, there's a slim majority of the country that supports gay people, but there's a massive other half that does not. And there are also Republican measures that are constantly being presented to try and curtail LGBT rights as a whole. So, like, no, just if the majority of the country supports, and I would have to find out what it is, how much of the country. Let's see. Okay. 70% of Americans support same-sex marriage. Okay, cool. So yeah, that would leave 30% of the country that still doesn't. But again, the point of the Pride Parade is not just to push normalization and acceptance. It's also a form of celebration. It's a way to say that they are proud to exist as gay people in a country that was once oppressing them for being gay. I just don't see the issue of celebrating that. And again, the Pride Month has history there because of the original protests for gay rights.
What I'm trying to say is they're doing more harm than good. I understand that there's a good
But
reason
you're not
behind
able to
I
prove it
understand it's
because
symbolic.
but you're arguing that, like, we just read the stats, right? Like, you're trying to have your
Yeah,
cake and eat it
70
too.
yeah,
you're
you
trying to
just
say
said
that Pride Month
70%
is
of the
lowering.
country is
You're trying to say that Pride Month is hurting gay people, but then you're also saying the majority of the country supports gay people. Which one is it?
The majority of the country supports gay people, but they are doing more harm than good. It makes the month and the parades, the pride, it all makes enemies, and eventually it's going to make more enemies than it takes away.
But it doesn't. No, it doesn't, because Pride Month is really, really popular even in the corporate world, right? Because capitalism
it's
has
not popular in the corporate world.
because
the money behind it is popular.
exactly. Yes, that's what capitalism is. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that.
So
I
when
think
there's
that's shallow. I think it's shallow and chill and disrespectful.
But hold on, that's how
to the
every
community as a
corporation is at any time. Do you think that that corporations that sell American flag shirts are deep, big patriots? No, they had that shit made in China. They don't give a fuck about anything except their bottom dollar. Duh. That's just not an argument, though. So first, I would say
it's not an argument for your case either. You're
So-
saying the corporations support them. They don't support them. They support their money.
but I'm trying to explain that Pride Month actually lends a really significant benefit to gay people in so much as because it is popular for these corporations, because these corporations want to support gay people, because it helps their bottom dollar, that's good for gay people. That's lending gay people institutional support, arguably, or institutional recognition, at the very least, from some of the most massive money-making corporations. This is a good thing. This does lead to normalizing gay rights, gay people. And there is still a lot of homophobia in this country. We can look at surveys. I think it's great that 70% of Americans support same-sex couples. That's awesome. But I see it as we still have a ways to go, and you seem to see it as, well, we should just stop where we're at.
No, I'm not saying we should stop where we're at. I'm saying we should change our tactic.
So what should the tactic be instead?
The tactic should be what we're doing with the media. We have normalization in the media. It's now treated normally to see a gay person on TV, see a gay person in a TV show or in movies and stuff.
Is
yeah,
it? Every time that happens, I'm covering like a ton of dumb fucks that are super triggered by it.
Yeah, because of course you're always gonna have some Southern Baptist retard who goes out and starts getting upset because a gay person exists.
I mean, we just watched a Steven Crowder segment where Steven Crowder was saying that gay men are more predatory, and he's the biggest conservative YouTube channel.
I'm not saying that those people are right. I'm not saying those people are going to go away, but I'm saying changing the tactics is going to decrease their numbers. It's going to get them less influence, which gets them less power, which gets less homophobes overall. The problem is,
but you haven't been able to prove that at all.
You haven't been able to disprove it.
No, I'm able to say that. No, that's not true. I'm able to point to the fact that Pride Month has been going on now for decades and has roots in history, and we're continuing to see a rise in acceptance of gay people in this country. So it doesn't really seem to be lending. I mean, I know that's just correlation. We don't have a causational argument there, but I don't know. I think that I have a little bit more to go off of than what you have, which is you just think it would be better.
I'm talking of a personal experience from being around these people, from formerly being one of these people. Thank God I changed. It is a lot of times people looking at these parades and looking at this over the top pride stuff where they're marching around with flags and I'm proud of existing. That gets them to start hating them or start working against them. It makes you more enemies. Whereas seeing a gay person on TV does not always get that same reaction from a lot of people. It will still get that reaction from some people, yes, but it doesn't get the same reaction as the flag waving pride marching dopes.
I guess I'm just not sure. I mean, your main argument seems to be gay people, like, stop the pride parade because you feel like it would help, even though you're also pointing to an uptick of support for gay people in the country.
It helped, yes, but now it has become a detriment.
What this is,
the
though, is
tactic
ultimately
is that-
respectability politics, right? Because this is basically like, let's just stop the Pride Parade because we might hurt the feelings of some homophobes.
No, I'm not trying to hurt the feelings of homophobes. I'm saying that these parades don't have the same image that they did when they first started out. When they first started out, it was helping people.
No,
Now,
are
maybe
you
it's
kidding me?
hurting.
When it first started out, you would be here saying, I just think that riots is going to make people just think badly of gay people. They're going to just look at them and be like, dude, riots? That's, I guess, what it means to be gay. That's really hurting gay people. They should just stop doing that. Like, you could make the same argument then too.
Really?
Yeah. Yes. You're
No.
advocating for respectability politics. First of all, if people are nice to gay people here and there, it doesn't actually mean that they're not homophobic or might have like some homophobia that motivates other decisions they make. And second of all, what you pretty much are saying is the off chance that someone sees the Pride Parade and then decides because of the Pride Parade, they're now going to be a big homophobe. We should stop the Pride Parade, even though we can point to the uptick of support for gay people in this country that's been steadily rising, despite the fact that we've continued to have Pride Month. And I can tell you for a fact that Pride Month lends support to people who might still be in the closet and are looking for a space where they can feel included and accepted. We might have a statistical acceptance, but that doesn't always factor in the kid living down the street whose parents don't want him to.
Yeah, I know. I was that kid.
Okay,
I'm not saying that it doesn't have a good side. I'm saying that as of now, as of 2021, the bads outweigh the goods.
Do you think we should get rid of Black History Month too?
I think it should be incorporated with American History Month. Personally, I don't think that should be separated.
Do you think we should have like a Holocaust remembrance thing or like a veterans thing or anything?
I think that that's different because that's not specific to American history. Black History Month is specific to American history. And if you want it to be, I think that separating Black history into just 1 month, one, isn't enough time to cover all of it. Two, isn't enough time to go into as much detail as it deserves.
And
three, just diminishes it.
I'm just getting concerned that this is sort of rooted in the idea that like the homophobia is going to stem from the behavior of gay people. And usually that again is respectability politics. That's not really true. This has been thought of before with racism too. People used to think, oh, well, you know, like if black people don't act appropriately, it'll create more racists. But racism is not based on an aesthetics or like bigotry is not always based on the aesthetics of it. It's based on a actual hatred for this group of people. It doesn't matter all the time. To people that don't like gay people, it's not going to matter if it's a queer person waving a flag at the gay pride parade or John that works 2 cubicles down who happens to be gay. This is respectability politics.
What I'm saying is the parade is the parade is the catalyst a lot of the times. People who are just now
That's where I'm disagreeing with you, and that's not true. It's just not. You're not able to really point to anything other than maybe you know somebody that happened.
Prove that it's not true.
I can't necessarily just straight up prove that it's not true, but I can point to you. Hold on. I can show you the uptick of gay acceptance. Can you give me any proof that Pride Month lends to a decrease in support for gay people?
I mean, if you want to take anecdotal evidence,
no, I don't want anecdotal evidence. Anecdotal evidence doesn't matter.
Let me see if I can get something empirical. Uno momento. That's not how you spell parades. Let me see. This is all about Israel and Britain and Warsaw, and none of these articles have anything to do with America.
I'm looking at one right now that's showing a global uptick, and let's see here. That's the only time, huh? Let's see.
That's something about coronavirus.
Here's another one about LGBT acceptance growing globally over the past 4 decades. So
my Goo-
I
my
just
Google
feel
is
like if it
can't
was
pull
lending to
anything
this
for
much of an
it.
issue, we wouldn't be seeing like a steady increase in gay acceptance. I tried to search. I Google searched Pride Month increases acceptance, and doesn't look like there's anything really on that specifically. But there is enough to tell us that LGBT acceptance is growing globally. You don't really seem to have much of an argument that Pride Month is lending to some massive decrease in acceptance for gay people. It's just not there.
I've talked to a lot of people who don't like gay people, and a lot of times what I have found is the very first thing that they saw was all of the parades and respect that they were getting because of these parades in the media, because in companies and just in society. And then they decided, okay, they did a thought experiment. Okay, what if I had that kind of parade? And then they realized that if they even mentioned it, everyone shuts them down. Twitter goes and cancels them, and nobody is
Well, a
supportive
parade for
of a straight.
what?
No one is supportive of a straight pride parade. Everyone is supportive of a gay
Because
pride parade.
why do you need the parade?
I'm not saying that their line of logic makes any sense. I'm saying that that is their line of logic.
Okay. First of all, you talking to a lot of people doesn't matter. This is, again, respectability politics. This is the whole, if only the marginalized group acted better, then maybe bigotry wouldn't happen. And
Saying if they
lastly,
act
I would
better, I'm
argue
saying
that
if
if this
they- saying if they
person,
change-
I would
I'm saying if
argue
they
with
change
this
that,
person,
if normalization is the ultimate goal, which it is, and that's a good one, I feel like I have to keep clarifying because I'm afraid someone's going to label me a homophobe. But if normalization is the ultimate goal, then you can't do something that you wouldn't let another group do. Would you be perfectly fine and have absolutely no quarrels with straight people having a parade?
do you realize that
You take issue
Pride,
with a straight
hold
pride
on, there
parade?
was a straight Pride parade.
Yeah, and people took issue with it. People were calling white
And
supremacists
people take
neo-Nazis.
issue with, you are literally saying that people are taking issue with Pride parades too.
I'm saying that this is the line of logic that these people follow.
Listen,
This is the
I
line
would
of
tell
logic that
you
these
right
people
now that if
follow,
this
and it leads to
person,
bad
I would
things.
tell you right now that if this person was saying, I have an issue now with gay people because I don't like that they're being accepted with the pride stuff, and I don't like that they're being represented in these companies and everything else, then I would say that that was homophobia, and I would argue with them. That, again, would have nothing to do with the actual pride parade. It just gives them another reason to dislike gay people. This is respectability politics, dude. I would just encourage you to look into this. Look into this a little more, okay?
All right.
All right, bro.
I'm fully open to you being right and me being wrong, but I
am
seriously
right.
doubt
They're
it.
like, I am right. Like pride parades have
humble
grown.
too.
Pride parades have grown globally. Pride parades are like popping up in other countries also. If they led to some massive increase in like hostility towards gay people, I just don't think we'd be seeing it pan out like this. I think this might be a little bit of projection.
Keep in mind, you were the one who was earlier saying that it's on a steady uprise and nothing's going to change that. And then 2 minutes later, you were saying that Steven Crowder, who is the most popular conservative YouTuber, one of the most influential people in mainstream conservatism, is a homophobe. So not only are you saying that mainstream conservatism is becoming more and more homophobic by the day, but you're also trying to say that support is continuing because of parades. Which one is it?
No, I'm saying
Is
that
mainstream conservatism and half of the country becoming homophobic, or is
No, those were old
Except
statistics
maybe
before. I was referencing. Okay, let me clarify. I was referencing the Pew Research stuff that I had looked at a while back. I just Googled it here when we were talking, and then it was actually 70% of Americans that supported gay people. So I reframed what I said and said, actually, it's 70% of America, but that still leaves 30% of the country that is opposed to gay people. And then I was referencing to the fact that, yes, there is still like some progress to be made. Sure. I don't understand.
I'm not saying there isn't progress to be made.
I just don't know where the contradiction is in what I said.
I misunderstood you. I retract that statement.
Okay.
My entire point with this is because obviously this line of thinking with people leads from just actively working against someone to being actively hateful of them, and then leads a small minority of said minority to be outright violent. My ultimate goal here is so that nobody gets hurt for existing.
I agree with that. But if that was your ultimate goal, then you would.
But I don't think that the parades and the gay pride and all that kind of stuff, just this over-the-top nonsense, is going to help with that. I feel like we're about to see a sharp turnaround with all that, and It's going to start becoming a detriment to.
And that's the key
So I
word
think if
right
we
there,
stop
dude.
it now.
That's the key word, though, is you feel. And that's what it is you feel like this is going to happen, but it's just not. It's not panning out statistically, globally. It's just not happening. But
Not yet.
either way, I appreciate you coming on, and I would
Not
just
yet.
encourage you to try to look outside of your own kind of anecdotal experiences, because on a statistical level, sometimes it's just a little different.
All right. This
See you,
was
man.
fun.
See you, man.
Enjoyed this. Sorry if I got a little shouty.
It's all right, man.
See you,
Talk
man.
to you later. Bye. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Mary Rincon, thank you for the $5. Had to donate. Thank you for standing up for my community, Hunter. Hey, no problem. Thank you. YouTube sucks. What's up? Okay, bye. Seth, what's up? You're live. Hello.
Oh shit! What's Hunter?
How's it going? What's up?
Oh, it's going all right, man. How was your day today?
Pretty good. Just doing a stream, talking to some people. What about
Yeah,
you?
man. This Steven Crowder shit looks funny. I think he looks like a coward in the situation. Anyway, that's not what I want to talk about. I went lifting today. You ever lift, Hunter?
Not much. I sometimes lift food into my mouth.
Yeah, but I'm talking about lifting weights.
Oh, yeah, no.
Oh, you got to, man. Increase it. To lift, you'll feel so much better about yourself. You'll get stronger and whatnot.
I don't know.
So,
I kind of want to keep up my little, my twink look. It's kind of the brand, so.
Yeah, but dude, self-betterment is key. Anyway, how do you feel about immigration? You want open borders?
Oh, boy.
Oh, I'm anti-immigration. This is what I wanted to talk about. If you don't want to talk about it, that's fine.
It's not something I'm particularly good at discussing.
I see.
What do you have a problem with exactly with immigration?
Well, I believe in America first. I believe that we should put. I think America is a people, and I think it's a people worth protecting. And I have a problem with the main problem I have with immigration is there's a lot of other factors that go into it, but my main problem is demographic changes that immigration brings.
So demographics are aren't they always changing? Like, what do you mean by demographic changes?
We've never seen demographic changes in the way that it's been going since 1965 when talking about racial demographics. We've never seen changes like this before.
So my question is, you say that you really love America. Why can't people who immigrate here be American?
Well, the problem is, though, is that, you can even look in the Constitution for this. In the preamble, it says that ourselves and our posterity, meaning you inherit America. America's for the posterity or descendants. That's like a...
No, this is incorrect, and people don't translate it this way either. Plus, if you want to look at the way that, like, America was originally founded, it was founded for Anglo-Saxons, an ethnicity that doesn't even exist anymore.
Okay, well, that's not true. They do exist. Anglo-Saxon just mean the descendants of people who speak English, or in English descendants.
That's not what I read, but okay. I'm not sure why, but why can't people who immigrate here be American?
I would disagree that it was founded for Anglo-Saxons. You can look at like the 1790 Nationalization Act that said only free white people of good character could immigrate here. And
I know what the old, but this is what I mean is, who cares if it once said that was bad and then we changed it and it's better.
No, my point is, sure, it's bad, and I don't care if you say it's bad or not. My point is, though, is that act allowed more people that weren't just Anglo-Saxon.
So what? We also saw like economic booms, and also I believe, from my understanding, that there's not really much of a correlation even with like an issue with immigration and like crime in general, right?
I don't get how that had anything to do with what I just said. You said America was supposed to be for Anglo-Saxons. The first bill that had to do with immigration allowed all Europeans, including Italians and Irish and Germans.
I mean, when America was originally founded, it was my understanding that it was founded for Anglo-Saxons. But even if after that, they said it was for white people here, white people there. It doesn't matter because our understanding, first of all, like even our understanding of what it means to be white has changed.
No, that's not true, but I don't have to get there.
Did we not used to call like Irish people white N-words?
Yeah, white N-words. Yeah, you're recognizing that they're white. What's your point?
No, we would consider them less white.
The reason why Irish people were discriminated against is not because they were. You could say it's because of the Irish, but it's not because they weren't considered white. It's because this was Protestants and Irish and Italian.
So let's go back then. So people can't immigrate here because the Constitution there was once something written.
No, that's
right?
not what I said. You asked me why people that immigrate here can't become Americans, and I reject this idea that America is just an idea or just a landmass. I think America is a people, and you can't just become or assimilate into being American. You inherit being American. And my example would
But what about so many people that are literally like they are American? They identify with like America. They've lived their whole lives here. Maybe their parents were immigrants. Do you think that like black people couldn't be citizens either?
No, of course not. They've been here since the founding. Like I want to go back. I don't want the historical demographics that've been here to change so rapidly. Is because we won't get a country, because people aren't interchangeable. You might be a liberal, you might believe in the Lockean blank slate theory. You might think that all individuals, are the same, or we're just all individuals. But people aren't interchangeable. People are different. There's a reason why Mexico looks like Mexico and Brazil looks like Brazil. And
no, I've heard these talking points, and I understand that certain cultures and everything else can be different. Sure, but it doesn't mean that people are intrinsically different. Ultimately, humans have way more in common than we don't. For example, like part of what's made humans such a successful species is because of our ability to cooperate with one another and get along and communicate. So it's true that there are different cultures, but all right. So go ahead.
I mean, if you want to talk about the cooperation of diversity and whatnot, you can look at the study done by. Hold on, let me get the guy's name real quick.
I'm fine. I don't need to be looking up studies in the middle of the call.
No, that's fine. I don't want to be accused of saying anything that I don't want to get the guy's name wrong. I have OC. I gotta know this shit. Oh, here we go. Robert D. Putnam. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Harvard's professor, and he did a study with like 30,000 Americans in I think it was like diverse areas, or he released a study in 2007 conducted with a sample size of 30,000 Americans, and he found that the greater the ethnic diversity within a population, the less people trusted their neighbors, their leaders. They gave less charity, were unhappier.
Maybe I'm not. I would have to look at how that study was conducted. I'm not familiar with that specific one, but I have seen literally the complete opposite, which suggests that when people are familiarized with different groups of people, they're actually less likely to be afraid. So I would really have to look into that one. Even if that were true, that doesn't really prove much of anything. The fact of the matter is that America has changed and adapted, and because of that change, it has made us into the superpower that we are today.
That is not true. The reason why we are such a superpower is because we were founded on English and Protestant.
So we're successful because it was founded on white people?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Yes.
Okay, got it. So then how come Japan is like begging for immigrants right now?
Tell me about Zimbabwe for white people to come back after Rhodesia or after Zimbabwe completely failed.
That has nothing to do with anything at all.
You asked about white people, so I asked you. Tell me why Zimbabwe's begging for white people to come back after their country completely.
I don't think that has anything to do with white people, my dude. But if you're actually holding the position that you think that the country should be staying majority white, then I think that you might have, I don't know, some other issues. You might want to take it up with your therapist. I mean, either way, hey, I really appreciate the conversation.
You're the one that wants to look like a twink. I don't know. You might be the one that wants to talk to a therapist.
Okay. See you, dude. I need to get better at debating that kind of those subjects. I'm not great at that. Let's look up the study he referenced. What was it? 30,000. I thought he said they surveyed 30,000 Americans. Japan is a dying country because they need immigrants, yeah. They're super ethnic centrist and they're literally dying. I don't know. I'm going to have to look into that a little bit more. I wasn't really, I'm totally fucking fine admitting it. I'm not particularly prepared to have discussions on immigration. That's something that I really need to do better at. That I need to get better at. Like, I need to study up on that a little more. Mary Rincon, thank you so much for the $5 donation. Had to donate. Thank you for standing up for my community, Hunter. Hey, no problem. Thank you. Big Mac, thank you for the $10. Have you seen the video where Steven Crowder lost a debate with a Nazbol? I have not, no, but I would have to see that. I'd have to see that. Jucka Saris T, thank you for the $5. Got serious You're Fat Vosh vibes from that dude. I just want to know where that... Americans survey... No. Yep, looks like Japan is they do need need immigrants here. Let's see, hold on. I got to do a little bit more research on all this stuff. I've those talking points. I'm familiar with a lot of the talking points he's using. I'm just not particularly equipped to argue that one. I'm a lot better at the LGBT debate stuff. So yeah. But either way, that's why I do this shit, because I enjoy it. Carissa's looking it up. Oh boy. All right, we need to look at this movie trailer. I'm just going to look into this a little bit more at a different time. This is exactly why I fucking love doing this shit, because I can figure out very quickly where I need to improve my knowledge and where I think that I'm pretty knowledgeable. I think on the LGBT stuff, I'm pretty good with. The immigration shit, that's going to be the next thing I'm going to start really hardcore researching for the next couple weeks. So shout out to that guy. Let's see. Hunter should do more reviews. We're about to. All right, Carissa found the study. And keep in mind that Carissa is literally she's going to be getting her master's degree soon when it comes to analyzing this shit. So Carissa knows what she's talking about. This is why she's the math girl. I trust her to give me that. Tell me what it says more so. All right, I'm waiting to hear what the study is. It was 2007 Rober Putman. Okay. Oh, is it this right here? The downside of diversity. Nice website. Okay. It has become increasingly important. Okay. Carissa's getting her master's in econ. I'm the worst husband ever. Huh. Yeah, I'd have to look into this one, I guess. I don't know. Is there let's see. After reanalyzing the same data set used by Putnam, Absicol, okay, these other people, asserted that when it comes to distrust and diversity, most of the distrust is expressed by whites who feel uncomfortable living among racial minorities. Yeah, I really got to do more research because I could have brought a lot of this stuff up too. Carissa's going to come on and explain this real shortly, but yes, you can come on. Yeah, no, since the tribes which have considered themselves actually Angles or Saxons have disappeared over the last thousand years or even before. So they might have like some descendants. You know what's really interesting too? God, I wish I could have brought this up. You know what's really interesting too is with Anglo-Saxon, what it actually meant back then to be Anglo-Saxon was barely even an ethnicity. It was more of a cultural thing even then. Like there were people that looked entirely different that were considered Anglo-Saxon. So I don't know. I think it's kind of interesting. All right, let's we got to get into the Actually, no, we're not going to do the Karen thing yet cuz Carissa's going to come on and explain this to me. Hey, Carissa.
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Yeah. I was just renaming the stream. Can you explain that study that he brought up? Because that's something that I really got to get more prepared with.
So I'm reading the exact same article that you were on Scientific American, and basically what it says is that so for example, if it was like 80% black and 20% white, people the black people weren't they didn't feel uncomfortable around the 20% of white people. It seems like only the white people were uncomfortable around the minorities. So the study is saying that it doesn't seem like an issue with diversity, rather it seems like an issue with just prejudice or racism, right?
Huh. So that has a pretty simple conclusion.
Right.
I
And
just
the
hadn't
issue
heard of that one. I need to get better at talking to
So the
those
issue with that
dum-dums.
type of thing, like the data that he would have to give in order to prove that that's the case, is he would have to be able to provide something where we could measure like we could like ensure that people were not racist, which is like impossible to do, and then figure out whether or not society was worse off when it was more culturally diverse.
Right.
It's impossible to do that. So like you can't prove causation. So like it could be racism, and that's probably what it is. It might be correlated, higher diversity could be correlated with potentially more distrust. But that is not racism, and the solution doesn't necessarily mean to make the country less diverse, maybe just less racist.
Right, exactly. Yeah, so it kind of would lend actually to my point, which is that when you're growing up in an environment where you're exposed to diversity, you're less likely to be bigoted.
Exactly. And this was also in 2007.
Nah, I don't think that matters personally. I think
Well, I
that
mean, we've seen, I think, a little bit more racial justice over the past like 14 years. So I don't know. I think there's also been other studies that might suggest otherwise as well.
Mhm.
So it just overall just kind of brings it all into question, and I'm not sure if it's the best thing he should be citing for that position.
Oh, hold on. Actually, it wasn't from 2007. It sounds like it was from 2000. The survey that Putnam drew his findings from is called the Social Capital Community Benchmark Survey. It was administered in 2000 to a nationally representative sample across 41 U.S. communities. The survey had 5 questions about trust. One question reads, generally speaking, would you say that most people can be trusted or that you can't be too careful in dealing with people? And respondents are asked to answer on a 3-point scale, expressing high, moderate, or low levels of trust. Past research has shown that blacks and Hispanics on average report less trusting attitudes than do whites. Without controlling for this, neighborhoods with more blacks and Hispanics will appear to have lower trust, but for reasons having nothing to do with the degree of diversity.
Mm.
So yeah, it sounds like what you were saying is it's not proving a causational thing at all.
Right. And it would be impossible really to prove that if you're actually doing stuff within a society because you don't have control groups, right?
Right,
There's
exactly.
no way to get an adequate control group.
Right. That makes
But
sense.
yeah. All right, I'll let you go. I just wanted to kind of.
Well, do you want to entertain the chat? Because I got to go pee real quick.
Okay, I can do that.
All right,
How are
Carissa's going
you?
to talk to you guys.
Let me pull up actually the chat because I don't have it up right now. Um, how are you guys doing today? Do you have any? I always do this. Do you have any questions about Hunter that I can, um, any questions that I can answer for you? Oh man, I appreciate that. Lloyd Virgil Christmas says Carissa is the perfect wife for Hunter. That is very sweet. I'm not sure if that's the case. Well, maybe I'm the perfect wife, but I'm not a perfect wife. I might be the perfect wife for him, potentially, maybe. Um, Someone says, "Who's your weed plug?" Hunter has a green card, so he is doing everything legally. Um, Someone says, "Black and Hispanics don't like each other. We just put up with each other because we live in the same community." I think that's kind of an issue. Maybe you should think about it a little bit and get to know someone. If you're Hispanic, get to know some Black people and vice versa. I see another Carissa in chat. Awesome. Jinx, right? What were your thoughts when I first met Hunter? So the first time I met Hunter, he went to church with me and I was like really little. I was like 12 and he was like 14. And he was new at the church and he would just like walk around with his brother and he wouldn't smile or anything.
I'm back
And
now.
he just always like seemed really stuck up. So,
Hey, are you talking about me right now?
yeah, when I first met you.
I did not come off stuck up.
Yes, you did.
I came off like a gentleman.
Well, okay, when I first talked to you, that is 100% true. But when I first
That's it.
like
Debate me
saw
right now.
you,
Get in the Discord.
when I first saw you, you 100% seemed a little stuck up.
I probably seemed stuck up because I was at a new church and I was nervous.
That's fair. And I mean, hey, you were 14, so.
And I was kind of racist towards white people, so. Yeah.
That's funny.
I'm
Someone
about
asked
to.
what I
Uh-huh.
hmm
Go ahead. Someone asked what?
what I thought about Juneteenth, and I think it's pretty based that it's now a federal holiday. And I think that a lot of conservatives or right wingers, I don't want to say conservatives and like lump all of them together, but a lot of right wingers are straw manning it, and it's really unfortunate because it really makes them look low key racist. It
Well,
sounds really bad, but it's true.
it also makes them look like they're like they're only able to ever lie. They're only able to just
Wait,
make up stuff.
is your sister in chat? Is Cora in chat?
Is
Because I
that my
see a
sister?
Cora A, and it looks like your sister.
I don't know. Guys, now I have my wife and my sister in here, so make sure you're donating to the super chat, okay?
That's funny.
'Cause
All right, well, I'll let you go now that you peed.
No, it's okay. It's all right. I'm still loading up my bong. So the chat wants you to tell a embarrassing story about me.
Oh,
And it has
man,
to
which
be
one do
an
I
old one when
choose?
we were first meeting at church or something. I don't care about that stuff anymore.
Oh, man. Okay, well, when Hunter was little, he would really care about his hair all the time. He
I
was
was
obsessed with
obsessed
his
with my
hair.
I
It
was
was the
obsessed with it.
funniest thing. Actually, on my Twitter, I have a old picture of him where he looks like Jimmy Neutron. His hair was so high, it was absolutely insane.
And it's funny too, my dad used to make fun of me for my hair being too poofy, and I would be like, "No, it's not, Dad."
Yeah, so
It was.
it was very, very poofy. And everyone at my church would be like, we need to like mess with Hunter because of this. And it bothered Hunter so much.
It was
But
pretty
I liked
rude.
Hunter and I thought he was cute, so I never did it. I just laughed. But I never actually messed with his hair, and he liked me because of that.
Okay, double sauce. Thank you for the $5 donation. Carissa, what was the most romantic thing Hunter's ever done for you besides propose?
You know what? This is gonna sound really, really, really silly. Okay, actually, it's a whole thing, a whole group of things. So, when we first started dating, I was more the adventurous one with like trying new things. Oh, that sounds really bad. But, like trying new foods and
Trying
stuff.
new foods,
Nothing
yeah.
else.
That does sound
But
bad.
I introduced to him like lemon or lime or like like citrus seasoning on things, and so I would like put lemon on everything because I just like it makes it taste so much better. Like we would do like fish and chips and stuff, and so I would put lemon on it, and he was like, "Wait, I've never heard of this." So for Valentine's Day, he got me this whole thing of limes and lemons, and that was really cute. And then that night we went out to we went out to eat, and we went to like what was supposed to be like a really high-end restaurant. It was a little sketch, but it was supposed to be high-end.
And the food wasn't.
And
It had
we got to
octopus tentacle in the soup.
It's true, and it had like oysters, raw oysters. And Hunter like ate it, and he almost like threw up.
It was disgusting.
This is on Valentine's Day, remember? So he ate it, and he was like, "It tastes like a fish booger in sand."
It did. It literally tasted like I ate a booger covered in sand. I had never eaten something so disgusting. And then yeah, I
He
got my
literally almost
pasta.
puked.
I got my pasta. I was all excited, and then there was literal octopus tentacle with the suction cup still on there.
And I was so proud of this because here, like, this was the guy who didn't even know that there was some cherry other than maraschino
Hey,
cherry.
yo,
He
yo,
didn't
yo.
know that.
Okay, that's a bannable
But
offense.
no. My point being that here he was being super adventurous, and he was like, "Carissa, you're making me more adventurous. You're making me a better person." And then here I'm like, "Hey, we should like both be adventurous and get this like seafood platter." And it ended up being absolutely disgusting. And I was like, "Okay, I'm sorry."
But that time on Valentine's Day was still really fun.
That was fun. That was a lot of fun.
Well, I'm gonna go over the Karen movie trailer.
Which one? What is this trailer? Oh, he's taking a hit.
There was
It has Karen in it.
yeah, there's like a new movie that they're trying to like rip off Key and Peele or Get Out.
No. Oh wait, I think I saw a or a trailer for it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what
Everything's like delayed on my end, so it's funny to see you and then like hear you like
Oh,
or
you
hear
hear
you
me, but then on
yeah.
stream it looks like I'm like still way behind on stuff.
Exactly. It's so off and it's like throwing me off.
That's funny. All right, well, thanks for helping explain that thing. I'm going to be I was just telling chat that I'm going to be doing some research on immigration over the next week so that I'm more prepared for a debate like that next time.
Very, very cool. All right. Well, I love you and I'll talk to you soon.
See you.
Bye.
Love you. Bye. Kind of weak rip. You know what? Don't challenge me because I will do another. You know what? Maybe that's the new title. All right. All right, let me get this up. Oh, I never actually... Hold on. Wait. Where's the full... Where the fuck is the trailer? Are you kidding me right now? Why can't I find the actual trailer? Oh, this is it? Is this on... Oh, okay. I'm learning more about this already. Perfect. I'm wondering if this is different than what I thought it was. Pipes are a waste of weed? No way. Are you kidding me? No, dude. Joints are a waste of weed because it's... Yeah. Joints waste weed. The bong, you save as much weed as you can. And I don't like everybody saying that I took a small hit. So I'll prove them wrong. Because if I'm challenged, I'm not gonna... I'm not like Steven Crowder, all right? I'm not gonna be fucking cold feet Crowder. I gotta prove my manliness. That's how this works. You taking more calls? I don't know, maybe. But for now, we're gonna do this trailer thing. And take a little toke. Bongs can hit kind of hard. Yep, they can. That's why I like them. I smoke weed with your mom. Oh, cool. Okay. Hunter only takes Chad hits. Exactly. Joints are for sharing. Do you lose a lot of THC when you use joints? I thought it was bongs that can sometimes make you lose some THC. But no, I don't think you lose like potency with joints. It's just that it wastes weed inevitably because you're lighting it and then you're hitting it, and then while you're smoking it, it's still burning and you're burning weed. And then you have to try to put it out, right? Like if you don't smoke the entire joint, which I would not smoke an entire joint in one sitting. If I was alone, maybe if I had friends with me. But yeah, it's kind of like it just wastes weed if I don't know. Plus, I use my weed like to help me with my, like I said, my anxiety and my depression. And also I have like focus issues like ADD stuff. But yeah, like it doesn't really. I don't think it makes a difference with THC stuff. Karen trailer deleted? I don't think it was deleted. We're gonna look at it soon. What's his Twitch? Are you done taking calls? I might take calls. I usually look for... I do usually look for debates, but maybe we'll just take some fan calls tonight. Because we had 2 interesting calls. One that I was not equipped for, and one, the Pride Parade one, which was pretty fun. Alright. I'll show you people that said I took a little wimpy hit. Hunter using the snowflake weed excuse. I literally am like medically certified to use this. I'm like prescribed it from my doctor. So, okay. It's not like I'm lying. I also really fucking like weed, yes, but it has a purpose. It's funny because people ask me if I like to drink, and I hate alcohol. Even just beer. Like if I have like 2 sips of it, I'm like, this is disgusting. I can't do this. It just always makes me feel gross. I once went through a pretty rough time actually in my life, you know. This was back... When was this? Back in like... I think it was 2017. I came pretty close to actually becoming an alcoholic. And I wasn't like I was drinking in the daytime or something. But I was drinking alone, doing like hard liquor shots like in my room alone. Like it was, I don't know, it was just... And then I started to hate alcohol more because it was really quite gross. And then at first when I tried weed, I fucking hated it. I freaked out. I was all, oh God. I was such a drama queen with weed at first. And I was like, oh, I like alcohol so much better. But then after I like was more familiar with using weed, because I used it like more times, even though like I would always have really bad highs, for some reason I just like... It'd be like a couple days, and I'd be like, I'll give it another shot. And then eventually I figured out like how to harness its strength. And then, yeah. I have barely drank since. Yeah, I much prefer weed. All right, so let's take this hit, and then we'll do Karen, okay? That was kind of a small hit. It's always a small hit at first. Help support the channel and help Hunter get a grinder. Not a grinder account, a weed grinder. Ha 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 ha. There you go. It's not that bad. All right. You barely inhaled? Hunter, why is your screen chat frozen? Oh. reverse that there. It's so lonely without my chat. Why is my chat suddenly not working? Is it working over here? Oh, come on. What's going on, yo? Now is not the time for this. Has Hunter ever taken Xanax? No. Nope. I don't want to fuck with... I do not fuck with anything besides weed. Have you tried lean? No. I'm not gonna... I don't do drugs. I do weed, but I don't... That's it. I do not fuck around with stuff. Anything other than weed. I would never mess around with something, especially like Xanax that are like prescription. I don't know why my chat isn't coming up all of a sudden. I don't know what's going on. What would happen if I just added a new chat box? Huh. Weird. I wonder why the fuck it's not working all of a sudden. Oh well. Well, that sucks. It's okay, chat. I can still see you on the side here. Okay, so now that we are appropriately baked, or at least on our way there, I saw this going around on Twitter, and admittedly, hey, look, I think our chat's back, and now I think both chat is working. Wait, only Twitch chat is working all of a sudden. Okay. That's weird. Yeah. Twitch chat master race. Okay. One of these has to go. I guess we'll just have little Twitch chat up there for now. The excitement of a heated debate is the only drug Hunter needs. Yeah, seriously, I do enjoy a good heated debate. YouTube chat is too powerful. Seriously. But your YouTube still has the ability to super chat dono and get on the fucking screen. Alright. Anywho, let's go ahead and start that one over because we got a little distracted by the chat. So now that we are appropriately baked, I wanted to talk about this trailer I saw going around on Twitter. I have not seen the full trailer. I saw a lot of people making fun of it. So yeah, we're going in blind, baby. All right, this is a blind trailer date. The worst trailer you've seen in a minute is currently trending on Twitter. It's for a BET original movie called Karen. About a Karen named Karen who Karens. Okay, fuck you. Alright, let's see. Dislikes, not looking so good. But we haven't seen it yet. We're not going to be one of those people. We don't just go with the crowd. We're not a bunch of sheeple. Let's watch it, and then we'll decide if we dislike.
I guess this is a long way from East Point.
Baby, you just gotta give it a chance.
Oh boy.
Tell me about your new neighbors. They're black. Do you mind keeping it down? If you don't comply, I'll tell the manager.
Oh no! What? You know what? The concept, I feel like, could be funny if it were done in a comedic sense. I feel like if it were actually a spin on racism with this sort of Karen character, then that would actually be sort of funny. I could see that. But trying to frame it as a horror movie, I'm sorry. It's so bad. You're gonna need to calm down, or I'm gonna call the manager. Tensions rise. Who is the manager, and will she truly call him? Or her?
I'll tell the manager.
Somebody's taking home security serious.
Hi, I am Karen Drexler. I'm your neighbor.
Oh,
I need to
what?
be taking your trash cans.
Karen. Her name was Karen. Oh, shit.
To be taking your trash cans off the curb right when the trash is picked up.
Is she nice?
Yeah, she's nice.
Wait a minute. We have a white entitled neighbor named Karen.
Karen, hey, enjoy yourself.
There she is.
I can see the humor. This is literally supposed to be a horror film, yes. This is supposed to be a legitimate, serious trailer. This is supposed to be a legitimate, serious thriller film that people are making fun of for trying to rip off the Get Out movie by Jordan Peele. It could have actually been a somewhat funny idea if they just fucking made it funny and not a horror thing. It could have been a good idea.
We have a white entitled neighbor named Karen.
Karen, hey, enjoy yourself.
There she is, slaving away in the kitchen.
God damn, Karen! What? Oh, that's a little... I'm sorry. Karen, I see that you have no class. Can I get a KKK Karen up in here? What the fuck? You don't tell a black woman she's slaving away in the... Karen! Alright, I take it back. I take it all back. This is suddenly a complete horror film. Yes, this is terrifying.
In the kitchen. I've come across some very suspecting teenagers.
Suspecting?
Can you please hurry up? Please, they're very aggressive. Yep.
I left my wallet with my ID.
Dude, the acting, all I have to see is the trailer. I don't know if I could watch the whole movie. But you damn well know I will. What the fuck? It would be so much better as a funny movie.
They're very aggressive. Yep.
I left my wallet.
What? In all fairness, I would call the cops on that guy too. No, I'm just kidding.
I've come across some very suspecting teenagers.
Suspecting?
Can you please hurry up? Please, they're very
They're acting... They're acting hostile. Alright, we gotta get some creepy violin up in this joint. To really make...
aggressive.
Oh, come on. Don't do this to me. Creepy violin. Okay. This is literally her right now. There's the suspicious characters. They're grabbing up. They're right here. Oh my god, get here quickly! And still my acting remains better. This is...
Yep.
I left my wallet with my ID at home. Leave us alone. We didn't do anything.
How the heck did you end up moving to this neighborhood? Next thing you know, we have criminals.
Oh, shit. Okay, first of all, you know Karen means business when she not only kicks over the trash can, when she starts screaming, "What the heck?" Karen's going nutso. Look out. She means business. She's kicking trash cans. And she isn't messing with you, heckin' fools. Or she would probably say the N-word, if we're being honest.
End up moving to this neighborhood. Next thing you know, we have criminals. You take care of him, and I will take care of her.
Would you mind stepping out of the car?
My office has uncovered some
Oh,
disturbing...
shit. I think I'm seeing a connection here. Karen is controlling the police also. Oh, good God. Satan and the demons teaming up. Karen and the cops. The cop Karen.
You take care of him, and I will take care of her.
Would you mind stepping out of the car?
My office has uncovered some disturbing information on her and her brother.
She doesn't like black people.
We have a search warrant.
You could have made it a little more subtle. I'm glad they put that part in there. And I'm glad they had the little child explain it to us also, because it lets us all know that, hey, if the child gets it, y'all should have gotten it by now. And just in case you are a literal child, we will now literally verbatim explain it all in a short, succinct bit. You know, she doesn't like black people. I'm pretty sure with her saying the whole, the criminals and the black people and the get out of our neighborhood and slaving away in the kitchen, like, we got that. But thank you, Captain Obvious. Who hires these child actors?
She doesn't like black people.
We have a search warrant.
Well, I'm black. I know, she doesn't like you either.
Okay, I think we understand now. Did everybody get it? Karen doesn't like this girl. Because she's racist. And she's also collaborating, apparently, with the cops in a really evil, spooky scheme to get the black people out of the neighborhood. The funny thing is why would she even need to go to all of this trouble collaborating with police? You already have redlining, Karen. You're good to go.
She doesn't like you either.
Damn.
I want to sell the house.
What I do? You can't tell me, huh?
We are living next door to a racist. You went in her
Shit.
house.
Now that is kind of
You
scary.
wouldn't want your wife to know our little secret, right?
I was not standard police procedure back there.
What do we have here?
When you got a hammer, everything looks like nails.
You people are very angry.
What the fuck? Big Mac, thank you for the $10 donation. And yes, very true. This looks like a ripoff of the film Get Out. It really does. And that's what people were saying on Twitter. Because it does. It looks like they wanted to make a Get Out idea. Sort of same kind of concept. The only difference, Get Out was symbolic and didn't explain it to us like we were literal children in the trailer. And this is just like scary white woman who doesn't like black people.
Are very angry.
Shut your mouth, boy.
Oh, shit.
Bad things happen to people that don't comply.
Karen. The woman, so racist, she's willing to risk life in prison to be racist. It's like you could just not be racist. Do you have, like, what I mean, the trailer pretty much gave it away, right? She said, if these people come in, then next thing we know, we're going to be overrun by criminals. So you're going to all this trouble because of, like, a slippery slope fallacy? Does anybody want to let Karen know that it's, like, her philosophy here is more or less built on a fallacy? before she goes and shoots anyone and spends the rest of her life in prison. I'm also sensing just a bit of irony, and maybe the movie will pick up on this or maybe not, but Karen complaining about the black people bringing crime, and then it looks as if she's trying to, like, kill them. I don't know. My point stands. Either make it a goddamn parody or make it a comedy film, and you're good to go. If this was a horror comedy, it would be funny. It doesn't really tell us what. All right. I think we've decided, everybody. Drum roll, okay? Disliking that one for the acting. Not very funny. And also not very scary. So you got a dislike from me. This is precisely why I haven't paid for cable in years. Oh, yes. Now we get to look at the comments. Karen's wig is awful. She looks like she's doing a funny skit for SNL. The only trailer worse than this is the Cuties one. Come on. Come on, don't do him that bad. A film by Coke Daniels. Well, at least we know what he was on while writing this. Oof. Man, this is horrendous. I'm going to put my funny little comment. Even though I know, redlining is now illegal. Still kind of funny, though, okay? Why would Karen go to such lengths to keep black people out? Red line neighborhoods are way easier. Go ahead and put that in there. Hopefully I get a little bit of clout in the comment section. Anywho, let's continue. Did a woke meme algorithm generate this? No way a human created this. Conservatives are calling this woke. It's so funny how they see it as like this woke, like, it's all saying white people are bad, oh, blah, blah, blah. But, like, it's just a cringy thing about a racist woman. They just, like, they see the nuance where it isn't there. Yeah, sorry, Karen. You get the dislike from me. Just, some of the offhand comments you made were pretty unacceptable. But honestly, it was kicking over the trash can that did it for me. And then having the little girl just directly look us in the eye and be like, audience, in case you were still unaware, the woman, Karen, who is the main character, is a racist and doesn't like black people. Yes, that includes the black woman who appears to be the star of the show as well. Okay. After that, it was just, I mean, then I was kind of like leaning towards the thumbs up just for the humorous element, and then I was, no. Nope, you lost me. Once again, Karen fails. Name, thank you for the Canadian $2. You're not wrong. I'm never wrong. I don't even seem very high, do I, guys? All right. I'm going to stick around for another little while in case anybody else would like to stick anything in Super Chat or the regular chat. I will be looking at both chat now. Before I go. Someone, hold on. What the fuck is this? Is this the LMNOP community? Oh boy. Homophobic hate group. This is definitely something I'm going to talk about here soon. Hunter, can you do some dabs? I don't... No. I can't. I don't seem very happy. You know what, guys? Fuck you. Hunter, what do you think about video games? Are they cool or a waste of time? I enjoy video games. I think that done in moderation, it's fine. Oops. I think that people have, like, if it's something you enjoy, then it's not a complete waste of time because you're doing something you're enjoying. But if it's compromising responsibilities or if it's taking precedent over, like, getting a job and doing other shit that's important, then it might be kind of silly. And then it would be a waste of time. Yeah. I'm not going to be doing any more calls for the night, guys. I'm going to look at that thing next time on stream. Don't worry, guys. Hunter, you look tired. No, I'm just getting a little I'm just kind of high and chill. That's all. Should have held in the smoke. You don't have to do that. That's a myth. Debate me right now on this. No, that's a myth, actually. The THC is absorbed, like, instantly. You don't have to, like, hold your breath and then let it out. You don't have to do that. I will make you a Marxist. No, you won't. Hunter, do you watch anime? No, not really. I don't. How long do you think it will be until we have a unanimously liked president? Never. That'll never happen. Literally never. Does he read YouTube chat or just Twitch chat? Hey, Josh, in YouTube chat, how you doing? I think I just answered your question. I will. Get me on. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. Fine. Oh, wait. You're not even in the waiting room? Go ahead. Embrace anarcho-capitalism. Hunter, you post stream VODs anywhere? Yeah, it's right in on a playlist. Right on the front page of my channel. Yep. All right. Thank you, everybody who tuned in tonight. Oh, wait. Did this guy just get in here now? I don't know what his name is, unless it's him right here. I don't know what his Discord name is. Your YouTube chat is way cleaner than Destiny's. Well, Destiny has a bigger audience, too, so of course. I don't know if this guy's in the Discord or not, but okay. Yeah, I'm getting kind of tired. It's been a little bit of a long day. And also, I think I had a really good stream. I really enjoyed tonight's stream. I know it was a little shorter than normal, but still. Yeah, thanks everybody who tuned in. Appreciate the support, the donations, the viewers The people that liked this stream, thank you. You guys have a good rest of your night, and I'll see you again tomorrow. We're going to be covering a bunch of other great topics tomorrow, too. So, yeah,